All right, it's time for the Rekieta
Oh
segment.
man,
Everyone.
here we
Let's go. So we're
go.
going into folder 0. That face when Baldo. This
No.
face really sums the entire saga up. Zoom in.
Oh
Zoom in.
man.
There he is. This is what Rekieta looks like these days, folks.
Daniel Larson, exactly, with a
Can
beard.
we pull up Daniel Larson just for
Yeah.
comparison? I actually think he looks worse than Daniel Larson. This is a face of felt. This is a face that happens when you just seethe endlessly. When you seethe and cope endlessly and you just think horrible thoughts.
Oh
Whoa!
my god, hang on,
Whoa!
watch this.
Can we pull this up side by side?
Here, I could do this. Hang on. Let me first of all, okay, there I have to add that in. Look at this.
Buddy, it's older! He
Oh
looks
my god.
he looks worse!
Oh my.
Rekieta, no!
It's the same guy. But yeah, like
Whoa,
more
man.
weathered.
He's a ghoul, man. He's a straight up ghoul from hell. And there he's just showing off
Yeah.
how smug he is,
Here,
how
Ash.
senile he's become.
All right, look at the replay. There you go. There's the side by side thoughts.
There it nails. I mean, it really is. He's like, honestly, he's like Larson's uncle. He's like become Larson's uncle. The nose is the exact same.
Yeah.
The nose is the exact
The
same.
eyes kind of. Larson's eyes are a bit more squinted, but like the nose, the chin, the cheeks, but like Rekieta's getting fucking like he's aging at like 10 times speed.
Rapid rate.
Holy
rapid
shit. No, that's actually, is he seeing a doctor about this?
I
He
don't
should-
know.
he
But
should see a doctor.
We begin going easy. So go down below that,
Sorry.
actually.
All right. Yep, right
And
here.
then we'll go back up to it. So Rekieta actually is petitioned an appeal for his Franks hearing.
No.
Yeah, so he argues 12 pages of cope. 12 pages of cope and see that it's not worth reading. It's not even worth wiping your ass with it.
Well,
okay.
You could all
But
pause
there,
if you
like,
want to read
If
it.
you want to read the 12 pages of cope, it's like, how many times do you have to be taught this lesson, old man? So Rekieta elaborated on this in his meltdown from
Which will
last
show.
night.
Which will show.
He admitted that this won't be successful, which is hilarious.
Wait, why would he admit
He
that?
admits that it won't be successful, which is just, it's fucking hilarious in and of itself. But his plan to get the warrant thrown out is he goes, well, we have 3 chances. We actually have 6 because we can appeal each one. So he's appealed it, or sorry, he's attempted to get the Franks hearing and get the warrant thrown out, but failed. Now he's appealing that and he's admitting it's going to fail. Now Kayla is going to attempt to get the warrant thrown out. This time, the lawyer actually wrote it instead of Rekieta. So Rekieta says this one is at least competent. So, he admits his own incompetence.
Isn't he a lawyer too?
Yeah.
So
chances are the Kayla one is also going to get thrown out. But then he goes, but then we have a 3rd chance with April. So it's just going to be denied, denied. And then on appeal, denied.
Wow.
Denied. What this means, this appeal, is that Rekieta still hasn't taken a plea deal. Because if you take a plea deal, you forfeit your right to appeal. So uncivil law is breaking it down. Let's go up to the top.
Okay.
Our friend from Houston.
Wow.
Is putting
All right.
icy hot in his anus.
Big friend of the show.
Here he is, big friend of the show, the icy hot anus man. This man is now going to dunk on Rekieta's appeal.
No. Okay.
So
Do we have the uncivil law, the icy hot video?
I don't
guys?
even
Can
have
someone
it.
DM it to me? I'll play it
But
after
we
this.
have Charles McGill at home here.
that. And then, of course, we can also, as a result of this, conclude that Nick Rekieta has not struck a plea deal. Because if he had struck a plea deal, his plea deal would almost certainly require him to give up his rights of appeal.
Whoa.
Because that's a pretty standard provision in a plea deal, right?
Felt
There are
it.
sometimes some exceptions to that. Sometimes people do preserve the option to an appeal in a particular issue, and sometimes they actually win despite that, which is odd. But 99.9% of plea deals, you give up all your rights of appeal because
He didn't plead. There's no way. You know him. He's arrogant.
We're going to trial.
Yeah,
We are going to trial, and we are going to live stream the trial.
Field
of
trip.
Rekieta.
I'm kidding, but that'll be
Let's
funny. Imagine
the trial. Kino is here.
we cover it from like a van outside the courtroom. Imagine.
Well, that's what Kiwi Farms is doing.
Oh my God, let's go.
They're going to be there.
because that's you're just pleading guilty, so you're confessing to the crime. So so we can infer that there is no plea.
Southern accent, but he's got like this twang of gayness to it.
Yeah,
like he kind of sounds like a sassy gay man from the South, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Well, there has been no plea agreement because if there were, he wouldn't be filing this. He would be barred from filing this, and he wouldn't want to.
We're going to be streaming 12 hours a day when the court case comes out, right?
Oh, that's because he wouldn't.
It's going to be our Johnny Depp trial. We're going to get all these lawyers on. There's going to be panels. We're wearing suits, Whoops. Oh, fuck. My bad.
In a particular issue. And sometimes they actually win despite that.
Sorry,
you give up all your rights of appeal because,
this is nuts.
That's, you're just pleading guilty. So
Wait,
you're
is this why he's melting down now, you think? I think this is why he's melting down now.
I honestly, there's a lot of reasons why he's melting down, man.
Yeah. It's yeah.
So we can infer that there is no plea deal. There has been no plea agreement because if there were, he wouldn't be filing this. He would be barred from filing this. And he wouldn't want to file this because he wouldn't want to undo his plea deal because it would be a violation of the plea deal. So he has no plea deal, which means that all of his statements he's been making on Twitter about using drugs and using cocaine and using a mountain of cocaine and all the rest of it, all those statements can and may be used against him.
What the fuck?
So it's just brutal. He's taking it to trial with admissions of doing a mountain of cocaine.
Oh my God.
While he's on trial for cocaine charges. I mean, I think we got it. I think we got it.
This is a bell moment, bro. Oh my God. Is he insane?
Tim?
Yes, he is. Sorry, I don't know why I even asked that question. Hey, Andy, is the guy with mountains of cocaine near kids insane? Yep,
In a court of law. Should the attorney...
This is nothing compared to what we have today.
By the way,
there's
Kayla and April's omnibus hearings are on Monday and Tuesday. So tomorrow and the next day, we're going to have 2 more omni-feltonings at the omnibus.
Stop!
Unless by some fucking Hail Mary miracle, the omnibus turns it around and it gets thrown out and Rekieta wins, there will be 2 more omni-feltonings at the omnibussy.
Let's go.
A Monday omni-feltoning for Kayla, a Tuesday omni-feltoning for April. And then what are we going to do? Then what will the cope be?
In a future proceeding. So... he has damaged his case with no protection, and he's filing an appeal.
Oh, man, he's fucked.
Has no chance of going anywhere.
He's fucked.
No, the appeal has no chance of going
Well, Your Honor, here he said he did a mountain of cocaine. Well, we found a mountain of cocaine.
Objection! I'm retarded!
Objection!
Like, what is the cope gonna be in court? But Rekieta's insanity, of course, it doesn't just stop at this appeal and this filing and, he's taking it to trial. We're now going into the crazy part of the arc. The crazy insanity. So there are a lot of theories flying about. Because, April Imholte, April Rekieta, April Anderson, I don't know what we're calling her now. The Dirty Skanko, Minnesota 4, April. She doesn't tweet like ever. She hasn't tweeted in a really long time. But suddenly, out of nowhere, April starts tweeting all this crazy shit. And then Rekieta is tweeting like 10 seconds later, or like a minute later. And they're tweeting back and forth, or like replying to each other, this weird, like Bonnie and Clyde cringe. So a lot of people have suggested, did Rekieta take her phone and he's posting this shit? Are they together, sitting side by side, railing lines, like cope tweeting?
I think that.
There are different theories out there. And the theories are questioning, like, what triggered this? So let's go into the next folder.
Beauty. Here we go, guys.
Let's go into the next folder.
A first one? It's loading.
Yeah.
1 second. It's like
So-
the Discord being a little bit
Let's see if we can get it to load here.
that's funny.
So the entire time, as we read all of these tweets, we need to be questioning, where is Kayla? Where the hell is the mother of Nick's children? Where the hell is Nick's wife that he's married to, that he's been charged criminally with? Like, where is she? Because if you really are married to Rekieta and you really are the mother of his kids, you probably wouldn't allow or approve of the stuff that's going on. And it seems to me that Kayla has left. Kayla is missing. No one knows where Kayla is. Some people are hypothesizing that perhaps Rekieta Mama JF'd Kayla, that Rekieta murdered his wife in a fit of rage, drug-fueled insanity. Nobody is sure exactly. But
this is so
one
funny,
thing
dude.
is true. Kayla is missing. Yes, it's Kino.
You know what this is like? You know when someone's doing like a PowerPoint presentation and they start their presentation, and they hit the first slide, and it's just like...
So, this really is the beginning of the PowerPoint presentation. We are going to be presenting a lot in this PowerPoint presentation today.
All right.
So it begins. Breaking Baldo news, world exclusive. By the way, guys, go follow Rekieta
so
on
good.
Twitter.
Here it
Breaking
is.
Baldo news, the legend. We may have evidence
There you go.
of Rekieta Law using the account at April_law, which, by the way, it's like cringe. Oh, God.
Wait, April
To
Law?
talk to our team between both accounts. Yes, that's what she's going by on Twitter now. It's April Law.
What the fuck? Wait,
It appears she has nothing to do with the law. She's never streamed about the law.
It's like
but
it's like a last name, like a pet last name.
Yeah.
Rekieta Law, April Law. That
it's
cringe.
So let's have a look. Let's go to the start of this meltdown and let's see it. And you guys hypothesize in the chat. So Rekieta is now using the term nerd as an insult. This is now his new thing, where he says he's banning all the nerds who follow him. And he says to Breaking Baldo News, get lost, nerd, before then blocking Breaking Baldo News. Now, I do want to point out that Rekieta himself was a total fucking nerd all throughout high school and college. Like, he was a total virgin. He wore glasses. He,
Yikes.
played Dungeons and Dragons, shit like this.
Yeah.
So, this is just projection on his part of what would hurt him.
He was a nerd?
Not to mention, yeah.
Or is.
He still is.
Like-
Not to mention, isn't everybody who gave you money an anime fan years and years ago, Rekieta? So you're just burning the bridge entirely with all those anime fans.
Smart.
It's smart. We'll take them. Don't worry. Nerds are welcome at the Kino. Nerds are welcome. Okay, we even have nerds on the go here at this casino. The nerds don't need to go. We've got them on the go. So we'll take your money. Your money is good here, nerds. Don't worry.
Yeah, speaking of money, 54 away from the goal. Go ahead.
So now April goes, it's Inception. I've come with a U full circle.
Wait,
enjoy,
what?
everyone.
What the fuck?
She's come full circle. Where is Kayla?
Wait, is this... I didn't see that. That's...
Oh, yeah, that's crazy.
What the
It gets
fuck?
crazier and crazier and crazier.
What a whore.
She's a dirty, cum-guzzling
What
sleuth.
a cum guzzler.
All right, let's continue. Dark Side Pimp has gifted 20 subs. Now, here
34
comes
away.
Breaking
Let's go.
Baldo. Let's hit it.
Thank you,
Let's hit
Matt.
that goal. So breaking Baldo news goes, I've come full circle, April? Because he thinks, is this Rekieta? Goes, did a little of Rekieta Law's classic humor slip in there since you've been supplanting his wife? Or was that a Freudian slip from the Baldo behind the keyboard? So the response to the accusation that she's, cocking Kayla is that, yes, April finally came for once in her life. So it's an attempt to felt Aaron by saying, he never made her come. And also saying that Rekieta is the only lover that can make her come.
Aaron sisters.
Apparently only the Baldo is available. And apparently Rekieta just live DMCA down Alyssa clips.
Live? No way.
I guess so. We're going to get to that in a minute. We saved all of the clips and we'll be presenting them to you one by one by one.
By the way, fair use. All fair use. It's all fair use. It's all clipped. It's not the full thing. It provides content. It provides. I'm just being very clear when I say this. This is all fair use. And if he tries to fucking go after us on YouTube, there will be.
We will be appealing. We will be appealing it,
and there will be a fucking battle. We've already planned.
It's absolute fair use what we're doing, and we're providing a ton of commentary.
And he's a public figure, and he did the same to so many other people.
We're going to get to that too, because Rekieta has talked so much shit.
What a piece of shit.
About how nobody should flag anybody down, copyright cocking, copyright cocks are losers, all this stuff. And we have tweets of his from the past that show his hypocrisy, but it's just a really gay thing to do. And Rekieta, the reality is the truth is out there, okay? We're going to be covering it on this show. This show is going to be mirrored. It's going to be put up a bunch of different places. Are you really going to flag everybody down? Are you going to flag Josh down as well when he puts this shit up? Like, you got to really start to think through the decisions that you're making, because he thinks it can't get any worse, but it can get a lot worse, Rekieta. It can get a lot worse, man. A lot worse.
Her channel is still up, but the video has been taken down, meaning she has to remove it and battle it if she wants to. So it's like that. That's what's happening right now. Yeah. So
all right, let's continue through these, and we'll catch up with the
Alyssa we will.
Stuff,
we will. There's lots of things.
In the timeline. So this is now. Okay. April goes, I wonder if it ever gets lonely thinking you could live without me. So at this point, like, we're wondering, like, has Kayla forced her out of the polycule? Is she no longer with Rekieta? Like, what does this mean? Then April says, thank you for reposting. As I lost my notes, I'll make sure to improve on your efforts. I don't know. And then says, I guess being right takes too long.
What?
So it's all very cryptic, and it's all like, they're obviously spiraling. She says, that's a Halsey lyric. There's some sort of insane spiral going on. These two are clearly on drugs.
Yeah, it's
Look at this one. Look at the cringe radiating from this one.
I'm flashing a wicked
nuclear level crunch. Oh,
she goes,
God.
I'm flashing a wicked smile in your direction. What else do I have to do to get your attention, stupid? Wait, hang on.
Oh my God.
Clearly, in my opinion, what I see clearly is that he has pushed her away because he's melting down. And she's like, hey, I'm right here. Da, da, da. But if she becomes a crazy, jilted ex-lover, she'll leak everything.
This is the situation. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Well, the situation is like, who is leaving? Who's been forced out? Because clearly something has happened. Because shit has changed from the Baldo bunker. The strategy has changed. We're back to full-on meltdowns, full and open communication. And at first you start thinking like April's been pushed out. But then it's like April and Rekieta are together, it seems like. And it seems later like Kayla's being pushed out.
Okay.
Is this tweet directed at Kayla? Trying to get her back involved in the polycule and trying to... But then the approach changes if that's the case. Like, on the surface, it appears like this is pointed at Nick. It could be pointed at Kayla as well. Nobody knows because these people are like so pretentious, so up their own ass, and so on drugs that it really could be anything.
By the way, I just thought of something. What if the reason he streamed last night at 4 a.m., obviously intoxicated or on something, allegedly, right? According to my eyes. What if Kayla was the one who said all right, no streaming. And then she took the kids, left, and that's what prompted him to fucking go back on a bender and stream. There's so many possibilities.
Charlemagne has a theory. He goes, he was wearing Kayla's bracelet on the local stream. Nick is jabbing at April. So that could be the case as well.
The bracelets? That is Kayla's bracelet.
Gay bracelet?
Ooh. Wait, what? Guys, we're going to need someone. Detectives, come out.
So it could be that you're saying April is squeezing him. And so I don't know. Maybe this is April's like plea for help that she's been forced out. Because you would think, right, that April would be the first one forced out and not Kayla.
Yeah.
But April has so much leverage over Nick with this ongoing legal dispute, right?
Yeah.
That she could
squeal.
Yeah. So who the hell knows? It's really unsolved mysteries at this point.
Wild.
But as there's obviously been some sort of falling out within the polycule, and she's going to confirm not only did the polycule exist, but that the polycule is over now. That the Q-over is completely done.
Yeah.
So somebody's been pushed out. Is it April? Is it Kayla? There is a nuclear level meltdown going on in the Baldo bunker right now.
Oh, man. Oh, my. Wait, what the fuck? I'm right here at Rekieta Law. I wish I could see you. Oh, wait. So that was the Rekieta. Look. I'm flashing a wicked smile in your direction. And then he goes, I'm right here. Oh, and then she goes, I'm right here. Rekieta, I wish I could see you. Was she forced out?
I think so. I think she's such a dirty hoe.
What a fucking crack. Look at her fingers. Oh, what a hand. Look at this. She's drunk. This is coke abuse, folks. Don't do drugs.
Buddy, there's like some crazy spiraling going on. But it keeps getting crazier and crazier.
Oh, no.
Look at this. Like, God, Rekieta Law is looking hot these days. Get wrecked. Where is Kayla to intervene on this?
She's gone.
Like, why is Kayla, like, not shutting this down? Like, she's openly cucking her with her husband in front of her eyes.
Holy shit. It's over. Guys, we're seeing just the start of the craziest shit. This guy, says Rackets thinks this makes him look cool, but it's just embarrassing. What did Rackets post? Some sort of like spa. Oh, a spa. So Rackets is posting that they're at a spa with April. And he goes, okay. It's just embarrassing because he's gloating about ruining his family and marriage for a 5 out of 10. And depending on how bad the infection is, take off one more point from there. Accusing April of having an STD. And April says,
whoa, okay. Breaking news.
Uh-oh.
Somebody called the police on April. We'll get there, but I don't know. This is just getting crazier and crazier and crazier.
Did Rekieta post? Did Kayla?
Well, no, because April posted that she was lost in the woods. And so people called the police because April was lost in the fucking woods and didn't know how to get out. And people thought she might have been Mama JF'd. So now Rekieta is spiraling and says, this cunt called the fucking police over someone's tweets. I hope he gets ass cancer and dies. You are scum. Get fucked. Leave us alone. So leave us alone. So implying him and April.
Well, when you post on the internet that you're lost in the woods, people may, if I tweeted out, hey guys, I'm lost in a cave, people would for sure phone the police, right? Like,
You
what
know?
the fuck kind of like deranged tweet is that? What are you talking
He's
about?
losing his mind, man. Just screaming into a void.
Was
You want me to
she-
send it to you?
Yeah, send it to me. Was she like, oh, I have a
These are
way to get.
ongoing.
Maybe she tweeted it out being like, oh, look, this is going to be funny. Trust me. You're going to love this. What the fuck? Hang on. Open link. Let me put this on screen. All right, Ash, I'm showing it on screen, all right? You won't see because it's on a different tab. But chat, look, this is what Ashton just sent me here.
Oh my god! And there's leaks going on in the Dicker
Wait, look at
situation.
this.
DMs getting leaked.
Kobe Lee says people in April's life are worried. So yeah, your daughter or whatever phone tweets out, "I'm lost in the woods." You know she's been hanging out with fucking Rekieta, right? Obviously, this is like the fucking Mama JF situation all over again. The officer felt. Wait, Officer Felt?
Not Officer Felt. Are you telling me Officer Felt is involved again?
Yeah, guys.
So
the officer, go and tell him.
The investigating officer in Rekieta's case was Officer Jim Felt.
No joke. His name is
Jim
Felt.
Felt. No, it's real. It's real. It's Felt Max.
Holy
Jim
fuck.
Felt.
Bro.
The return of Jim Felt to the story.
I wish we still had his sticker on the chat there. Wow, Officer Felt is back on the case. Very funny. Here we go.
She definitely is going to address Kayla and shit talk Rekieta. So, or
okay.
Kayla, rather.
Oh my God.
Are you ready to go on Kino Casino? Because, yeah, in your dreams.
Come on.
I think dreams will become real. I think,
April.
honestly, by the end of all of this, either April's going to be on Kino Casino or Kayla's going to be on Kino Casino.
God.
You know what I mean? Listen, Rekieta, you can't have two. You know? Listen, buddy, it's not going to work. You can't have them both. One of them's coming to the casino. You know what I mean? It's going to happen.
April,
and I personally, I want Kayla. I want Kayla.
Yep.
I want Lady Rocket.
We won't judge.
Her husband. Absolutely. We'll love you. We'll support your Star Trek addiction.
We'll be
your
on
pill
your
addiction.
side, folks.
We'll let you tell your story of abuse. Because let's be real, Kayla, he did this to you.
Yeah.
It's his fault. You were just a average Minnesota housewife, just wanted to have kids and raise them and be a good Christian and take your husband and kids to church. And this dirty,
brings in drugs,
defiling, disgusting degenerate Nick Rekieta hooked you on cocaine, hooked you on pills, gave your 9-year-old daughter cocaine. He used and abused you. He introduced other women into the relationship, tried to sell you on a polycule because he thought you were desperate and lonely, which you were, and he preyed on you and abused you. And now it's your turn, Kayla, to teach this scumbag a lesson, or April.
You're a victim.
Or April.
You're both victims.
You're victims.
Mr. Peanut's like, no, fuck them. Shut the fuck up.
We believe women.
We believe women on this show. Up, okay?
Believe
everyone.
All women.
Innocent victims. All right,
listen,
guys.
They're gonna come in their own time on this program. It's inevitable, Rekieta. They're either going to be on here with us or on Mad at the Internet with Josh or both. Okay?
We're all in
or
good
maybe
faith.
Jim will come out of fucking hospice care and deliver the interview of the century. Who knows?
All right. And thank you, Malcolm X, woke millennial, and Big Rooster. Ashton, what big support here with over 4,000 watching on Kick. Thank you, guys. We hope you're enjoying so far. We have a lot to go, so let's continue. All right. Okay. So let's move on. Uh-oh. So
somebody goes... This guy goes, Megamind here is a Minnesota 6 and a Cali 4. Slow down on the glamour shots. You couldn't even make $100 on OF.
Ooh.
April with the epic cope. Put it together and we've got a 10, baby. Bet your lame ass will have the hottest sex you could ever imagine and then some. You're wrong, right? We won't make 10. We'll make all the money.
Okay, this
So
is
I'm not sure if
drug-induced
she's
paranoia.
implying. No, this is insane. Is she saying she's gonna have sex with the troll, like with the A-log, or is she saying she's gonna have sex on OnlyFans with Rekieta? I don't really know, but like, are we gonna get the April OnlyFans arc? Is this the new? Is this the new path forward?
Ash, look at this one. Go to Mexico and do an in-studio interview with Ralph Amel. And then she goes, I'd love a trip or $1 million.
Does she really want to get on the Memphis Micro? Is this the threat? She's like, listen, if Rekieta doesn't do what she wants,
imagine
she's going to Ralph's.
Wait, are we going to get the Ralph sex tape part 2 with April? On OF?
April OnlyFans Gunt tape?
Demon Baby 3?
Rekieta, is your side piece about to get gunted, buddy?
No!
What's going on? No. Oh, no, it's crazy. Like, I don't know, like, what to make of any of this. And this person says you're smoking, drinking, snorting, popping, injecting. April says injecting is repulsive and out of the question, but doesn't know about the rest of it, so admitting to smoking, drinking, snorting, popping pills. Then this person goes, I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed, but I'm starting to think this is not really April. And then I'm starting to believe I don't give a damn what you or anyone else thinks I am, except for me, my God, and the love of my life.
But it was confirmed because
her life is Rekieta. This is so
well, because she was posting those pictures that we saw earlier at the same time on Insta on the official account, and it was the same one, right? It was the same April, yeah.
Is her God the Baldo?
This is wild. What the fuck's happening here?
What is the impetuous of Rekieta Law's furious tweeting? And she goes, his impetuous is me, and it will be from here until he dies.
What does that mean? Wait, what?
That's kind of fucking unhinged, isn't it?
Explain?
Well, she's saying that, like, Rekieta is infatuated with her. Mm-hmm. That's why he's tweeting all of this. And she's going to be with him until he dies.
Oh, no. Crazy bitch alert.
It's getting crazy. We have a crazy bitch alert.
Crazy bitch alert. Blackmail. Buddy, it's going to be blackmail.
The impetus, rather. Yeah.
Ash, they're gonna make a fucking Netflix. He'll be back on Netflix, but it will be like a fucking recreation, a reenactment of this entire situation. I can't wait.
There goes the Rekieta crack home. Finally got a new shipment of drugs. I see. Does Nikki have to stop taking piss tests, or did he realize that the tests don't check for certain drugs? If they're testing for coke or booze, they might not be testing for ket or MDMA. April's like, I'm the most sober as I've ever been. Since I got sober, I thought I'd be over you by now. I'm not. So
that's not sober. That's not sober, dude.
Buddy, the polycule is collapsing.
Oh my God.
The snakening is happening,
folks. Let's just say the casino always wins. So the house always wins, folks. Let's give a round of applause for the house. The house rules. We're winning.
Let's go!
By the way,
these photos all make it clear she's not sober. She was clearly fucked up in the pictures she posted.
By the way, Ashton, can I just say this will probably be our biggest clip on YouTube in a minute, right?
I think so.
And we're dressed like fucking the bunny and Mad Hatter.
Well, we're in Kino land now, buddy.
Imagine someone watches this in 3 months. They're gonna be like, "What kind of podcast is this?"
So this is a big one. So that's because I'm quoting you, Nick. Why did you just say I would love to be his wife someday, though, if given the chance? He's really cool and really sexy. I'm rooting for you. And so the term Q over, just for those of you who don't know, was invented by Kayla to describe the polycule. Now, I'm not really sure what Q over means. Mm-hmm. In all of my time looking at the lore, I don't know. I can only speculate. It's Quayla. I don't know. I don't know what it means. It's the Q from fucking Star Trek or something to do with that.
Cover.
Okay. Anyway, April is right.
Cover. It's pronounced
Cover.
cover.
It's Q from Star Trek. It's cover, but spelt with a Q.
Okay.
This is insanity, okay? But the Q over is a fucking gay word someone came up with. So this is pointed directly at Kayla because she came up with that term that I had to go along with for a foursome that Aaron asked me to be a part of with him.
Wait, Aaron asked?
Can you have Aaron? No! Aaron, no! This is madder than a hatter. This is insane.
What
shit.
the fuck?
Aaron begged to be cuckolded by the Baldo.
Aaron
This
bros.
is hard.
Oh no!
Like,
Is that why Aaron won't respond to this stuff? Because he's like,
I don't
no,
know.
guys, we're having a fun show. We're not going to talk about this. Aaron, you need to fess up now, buddy.
you know, because I loved him and I loved them, but now it's over. Now it's over, and it didn't have to be. So the entire polycule has collapsed at this point. This is the confirmation of it. She's going after Kayla. It seems like she was forced out. Like April was forced out.
Yeah.
But then why is Rekieta, supporting April and tweeting back and forth with April if April's been the one kicked out? It could be that Kayla walked away. It could be, I don't know. He could be on the outs with both of them. It's just very, very strange.
Interesting. Oh my God, look at this.
Somebody called him a cock.
LMAO Cuck.
And I go, oh, wow, he started blocking people? I always thought he never did that or only for extremely rare situations. And Rekieta goes, I'm blocking nerds because I'm tired of being barked at by fucking nerds. Only cool people get to talk to me.
Oh my
If
God.
you get blocked, it'll probably just remind you of growing up. The culp is at a fucking nuclear level, bro. Like,
Sup, nerds?
but, imagine being an internet streamer and trying to lash out at nerds. Like, your occupation is inherently nerdy, being an internet streamer, and the people who donate to you, we're all anime nerds and shit.
But how is
It's-
it nerdy to cover this?
Who
You know what I
gives
mean?
a shit? This
Like, who gives a
guy, this
fuck?
guy buys Warhammer 40K books,
Yeah.
and he's gonna try and tell the rest of us
Exactly.
that we're nerds.
Exactly.
I mean, we've seen the old pictures of you, Rekieta. Come on, bro.
Buddy. Oh, and here it is. That was the
With
confirmation.
the sunglasses on, she's on drugs.
But
dude.
that was confirmation because that is her Insta.
Yes.
And
yes.
people asked her something to post a picture there to prove it was her. And then it gets worse, by the way. So there she is. What is this?
So
Rekieta
now
Law.
it continues to see that the fact he's been caught red-handed using the account April Law to impersonate his sister wife
What?
against our team here. Okay, so the sister wife is like, how the Mormons are, whatever. But April goes, I'm way too cool to ever be a sister wife. Even if I was mistaken as one once, I would love to be his wife someday, though, if given the chance. He's really cool and really sexy. So here she's saying she's no longer happy with just being the side piece, with being the sister wife.
No.
She wants to be the wife. And
No.
Rekieta better make her the wife, or shit's gonna hit the fan.
Buddy, it's over regardless of what happens in court. Like, we're going to see some shit, folks. This is just starting.
He really thought it was all gonna work out. Like, either the divorce arc's incoming, or like the April snaking and revealing everything arc is
Oh
incoming.
my God. On the casino? That's going to
Yeah.
be a big show.
So somebody goes, I smell a slam piece. April's like, I don't know what a slam piece is. You do, April. You are a slam.
Well, she says
pig.
it right after, by the way.
But if you're referring to a woman you'd like to have sex with, probably better not call her something that sounds like ham. Don't want her to feel fat first or at all. No matter what she looks like, she shouldn't feel that way. She's on drugs.
Is she pissing on fucking Kayla there too? Wait, did
Wait a
did
minute.
April
Yeah,
call her
no,
fat
that's,
before?
I think that is what that is, isn't it?
Yeah, April called her fat before, and she's like, when I called her, a ham. Like, this is actually wild, buddies.
People are saying that must have been Rekieta that read that. What kills must die, Dick Masterson. And then April goes, what kills keeps killing it just publicly now. What?
Wait.
What?
Checking someone like... This is like a puzzle. This is like the Riddler. This has become like a puzzle.
B. Jefferson has the ultimate take that we can take out of all of this because it's all, it's not clear what exactly is going on. But this is clear. This is why swinging is a horrible idea. Isn't it?
Literally. And now it's all public and you're a public figure. This is the worst thing that could have happened to Nick.
Oh, man.
Oh, no. What's this?
Oh, no.
Okay, you said it, not me. I'm quoting you, April. Wait, so are they assuming that this is actually Nick as April?
Yes, because it seems like it is.
And he's like shitting on Kayla?
It seems like her.
Or are they together? Because, wait, I have a theory. Hear this. Because he just tweeted, was breaking news here, the most recent thing after all this happened was leave us alone, referring to someone who called the police about her being lost in the woods. Are they in the same fucking house, railing lines, drinking shots back? And then
that's what I think is going on. You know what I mean? Like, I think they're together, like passing the phone, like tweeting from different accounts, doing insane shit, just spiraling. But then, like, it doesn't, like, all the pointed shots at Kayla, but also at the same time contradicting that is, like, those tweets from April make it seem like she was forced out and that she's on the outs with Nick and wants to be with him and is desperate for him. But it doesn't, like, it does Nick, I'm guessing Nick wants to keep them both, but they're both making demands that it needs to be exclusive. And he's torn between a rock and a hard place on this because no matter which way he goes, he's fucked.
This sounds like coke psychosis, bro.
Some people are saying it's kayfabe, it's coke-fabe.
Coke-fabe?
But it's just like, are they pretending to be retarded and destroy this? Now look at this one. She's saying she forgives Aaron. Even if some things he does are really shitty, I still understand the good parts of him and hate the others. He's a human being and I forgive him. I forgive you, but that doesn't mean I won't have fun at your expense. I know you love a good bit. So would Nick have ever tweeted that? No. So that's her tweeting that. And is that like her trying to get back at Nick?
Look at Aaron.
Because she's on the outs? Or what's going on?
On the Crown Royal chair?
She's having, the Crown Royal throne. Yo. She's having second thoughts. She wants to go back to Cuck. I don't know.
What
you just got worked, gay logs. Saying it's a power play.
Ooh.
She's just high out of her mind. Like,
I think we saw that one already.
Me, it will be here. Yeah. Okay.
Yep. Okay.
Now, you could have just reposted my post instead of taking time to copy my text and put them between quotation marks, but I'd rather you take more of your time on me.
Are they losing their mind?
Whoa. I think they fucking just lost it. Just lost it.
They're losing their fucking...
That's a Rekieta post, isn't it? That's her. That's him tweeting from her phone. Yeah. That's the most, like, pedantic, hair-splitting shit that Rekieta always does. Yeah, well,
you're right. You're right.
Work. So they're going to come out and say it's all a work. But what's the work, as Lasagna is saying? Pretending to freak the fuck out on drugs? If so, the work is indistinguishable from a shoot. They've worked themselves into a shoot.
But where's Kayla then? Would she be accepting of all this with the kids in the house?
We need proof of life from Kayla.
Yeah.
We need proof of continuing marriage.
What the...
Oh my God.
Wait.
So this meme says it's pretty clear you two were meant for each other, and April's like, for the first time publicly, I completely agree. We were custom built for each other.
Okay, so even if it doesn't work,
but where is Kayla?
Yeah,
where is Kayla?
Where's the work? If the work is based on real life, it's not a work. It's what the fuck?
Okay, we saw this.
This one. Yeah, we saw
Some of
this
these are
one.
repeating.
It's okay.
Let the music play. He won't get away. So I guess that's Rekieta saying that he is going to end up with April no matter what, but that she just needs to wait for either Kayla to accept it or for him to divorce his wife.
Do you think they sobered up and went, oh, shit?
What did we do? Well, I don't know, because then he went live later on in like a filthy, disheveled
At
kitchen.
4 a.m. Looking
4 a.m.
terrible. The kids
and just
can't
kept
be there.
spiraling.
Right? The kids can't be there, by the way, because like 4 a.m. and he's like okay, I don't know. This is, guys, in fact, the house looks so disheveled that this morning when I saw that clip, I saw a clip, I thought someone was posting a previous video from the past to show in hindsight something. And then someone went, no, Andy, that's from last night. And I'm like, wait, that's new? It looks like we left off. Like, you know what I mean? Like we left off right after the last crazy.
Thing. Yeah.
Okay, here we go. I found you.
Oh my God! For your information, I always found you prettier, smarter, and cooler than Kayla. I hope you get everything you want. She is still pretty. She is still smart, and she is still cool. One is not better than the others, but we do need to love ourselves and our partners, not just the idea of them.
That's wild.
Is Erin now being reintroduced into this?
Wait,
is she gonna
what?
Is she gonna go back to Erin? Because she's saying she forgives Erin, and she's talking about our partners. Is she like? What is going on? Is that Nick? Is that Nick tweeting that out, or is that her tweeting that out? It's from her profile.
This is
But
crazy.
everybody's life is gonna get ruined in this. It already is. Like truly,
no one's winning,
this
bro.
is like total nuclear life ruination.
Holy shit.
So he says the polycule's falling apart without Erin to keep it in line.
Okay, nerds. Yeah.
Tag the fucking nerds.
Okay, nerds. All right. Here we go. What does this say?
Okay. Rekieta's saying it's funnier because deep down he knows he's still a loser, just like when he had to run away to another country. One of the most dishonest people on LawTube. How's his Ladyboy Luncheon channel going on? I thought at first he was talking about Ralph.
Legal
but he's talking
cocksucker.
about legal dick sucker. Legal mindset. More like legal dick sucker, bitch. Okay,
It could
so
refer
he's
to
going
Ralph as
after-
well, though. It could
Later on. Yeah, you're right. You know, you're right.
It actually could. Is anyone in April's family seeing these? Is there? Oh, here we go. This is the guy who phoned the police that breaking on our show we just read.
Yeah.
Is anyone in April's family seeing these? Is it really gonna take a concerned ex-user to call in a wellness check? He goes, pay attention to your own life. Well, you're posting it online, though.
That's what I was going to say, man. It's like, how can you post these public meltdowns and spirals when you guys are known drug users and then think that nobody's going to be concerned or that nobody's going to intervene in it?
Right.
Maybe just privately spiral then if you want to be left
Yeah.
alone. But this is basically a cry for help. And let's be real, that guy didn't call the cops.
No.
You know, that guy didn't call the cops. It was fucking probably their own families that called the cops because this shit's insane. It's not normal. And
But
these people have kids. Like Erin has 3 kids, Rekieta has 5 kids. And what's sad is that these people just put that right to the side, and their main focus is on insane drama and like cuckoldry and polycules. And that's the real sad thing about all of this is that the kids get shafted while their parents play the Young and the Restless, IRL LARP, and do drugs.
this is wild, dude. Okay, it still goes. We're just in. Here we go. All right, they're embarrassing. That's rich. Get well.
Imagine talking about calling the police on someone because of their tweets. Well, if they're threatening to like hurt themselves or they're clearly not well, then yeah, it might be a good decision. Imagine if you didn't call and get them help and then something horrible really did happen.
Wait, look
You
at
know
this.
what I mean?
Good God, the internet became so fucking unfun. Okay, if Ashton and I started tweeting out creepy, cryptic, like we're in trouble messages, would we be surprised when someone's like, are they in trouble? You know what I mean? If you want people to not be part of your fucking life, don't talk about your life. It's like with Review Tech, right? I have a clip later. He's like, why are you talking about my family? Then proceeds to tell people the date. But he tells people the date that his mom has in surgery this month. And I'm like, I wonder why people know about your life and why they're talking about it, you fucking retard. Holy shit. All right, here we go. Here we go. So this
one is the one that's created the most speculation and insanity. So in response to that previous tweet we just read, April goes, I'm beginning to think it's just me and you, baby. Ooh. Maybe we should create something new that no one's ever heard of or seen before.
Oh my God.
Are you with me? So create something new. Is that a child? Has she got pregnant? Does she want to get pregnant with his child? You know, people were saying she got pregnant and Kayla found out. And that's why there's all this friction within the polycule with somebody leaving. And when Rekieta was asked, he wasn't asked, he just started volunteering and seethed about this on his stream, which we'll watch the clip. When asked if she was pregnant, he denies it, but he says, wouldn't it be funny? Wouldn't it be funny and weird if?
Whoa.
Which that's his cue always. That's his tell that he's lying. And that whatever degenerate shit he says is funny actually did take place.
Yeah, it always happens.
It always happens.
Ashton, if we get the Rekieta drug baby arc, it's so... We always say this every show, it's over, it's over. This is actually the craziest thing that may have happened in any arc ever.
Did somebody ask, are they sending each other music lyrics? And they are.
Yo!
They sending, tweeting out weird fucking music lyrics. Oh, man.
Oh, my God.
Cringe. Like, they're teenagers.
Well, here we go. Look at this. This is so funny. So someone here, Lance, says, you should do a morning show. That's what I was thinking. Like, make something new. I'm like, are they talking about, making a podcast?
No, not a show.
Imagine. You should all do a morning show and an evening show with a goal to not be cringe and beg. Call it Coke Show Morning Blow. Steal a Tom morning show.
Says, I love it. So we're getting the Coke Show Morning Blow with Rekieta and April.
Yes! Crackcast.
Crackcast. Where the hell is Kayla? What is Kayla going to think? With Rekieta on air with a woman that,
He's doing coke?
God.
That show would rule. In terms of us covering it and making money, of course.
Look at the cringe of this dude.
Thank
you for coming to my defense, even when you never had to.
I love you. Okay.
It's just out in the open.
Are they on ecstasy?
They confirmed the polycule exists. They must be.
This has
They're
to be
on
ecstasy.
some serious drugs.
This is some ecstasy, dude.
The mountain of cocaine.
What the fuck is going on?
All right, I think that's it. I think that's the end of it. I think this repeats from this point on. I don't know how all these repeats got in.
Yeah. It's okay. It happens. It's a lot.
Right. All right, so now it's time to go to the Spiral stream.
Okay.
So we received word amusing from the desk of Baldo. He says, local stream this evening. I'll be streaming here for a locals exclusive tonight. I've neglected you way too long. I'm sorry. So it's like, oh my God. Rev up that OBS because Rekieta's going to melt down. Buddy, he's on drugs.
Ash, I was sent this video, his local stream, by 15 people. Like 15 people had it on a mega upload drive for me to download. They're like, in case you need it, in case. I'm like, oh my God. Like 15 people had OBS open. And by the way, guys, it's always smart to do that. If you know that someone's melting down, remember, OBS, it's very easy to learn. We appreciate it, guys. Because like, EVS deleting his fucking video last night, I had 4 copies in the morning, guys. We really appreciate it for people who do that. Yeah.
So now, Rekieta, before we go into the clips that Alyssa provided, I'm going to show you guys, Rekieta is so desperate to sweep up this disaster of a stream. Look at what's happened. So I just sent it to you, Andy.
Okay.
This is Rekieta threatening Alyssa clips.
No.
And apparently the flags have come out. At least one clip has been flagged down for copyright abuse. And Alyssa is in the midst of disputing that. But have a look here. If we click on the photo.
Let me just go watching. Okay, there we go.
So Rekieta messages Alyssa directly on Discord. And says, you do not have permission to clip my locals exclusive content. Take it down by tomorrow or I will. I also rescind any permission to clip my content. Play by fair use if you're going to do it. So first of all, he did give her permission in the beginning to clip his stuff.
He did.
He now says he's rescinding permission. Rekieta is saying that it's his locals exclusive content and she has to use fair use.
Exclusive.
But she did. She did use fair use. The clips are highly edited. They're only a few minutes each. And there's still plenty of content that's exclusive to his locals. But Rekieta so often throughout the years criticized everybody who used copyright claims to sweep stuff up, to try and clean it up and eliminate their mistakes. He called them copyright cocks. He himself was copyright claimed several times when he was doing stream snipes and stuff like that. And he always said the people who were doing it were F-slurs. But here now he is threatening clip channels because it bothers him. Mind you, this clip channel, Alyssa's clip channel, gets what, a few thousand views a video?
Yeah. And also, she
by
clips,
the way,
yeah. Go ahead.
She clips it in a negative way. So it's not as though any of Rekieta's Baldo washers who had actually subscribed to his locals aren't going to be subscribed to his locals because of Alyssa. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's no real argument there. It's not like she just outright steals the entire fucking stream of his and posts it without any edits whatsoever and does that for every one of his local streams. If she did do that, then absolutely. He'd be within his rights to take it down. But they're edited, they're for a purpose to expose him as a public figure, and he just doesn't want people to be able to see what he does behind that paywall. Mm-hmm. He wants to be able to privately say all sorts of shit and keep it concealed. Well, he's a public figure in an ongoing court case, and I think Alyssa has a right to do this. I think she does it by fair use. But he's just seething and melting down. And oh, how the mighty have fallen, Rekieta.
And also, by the way, and read Discord for a second. And also, by the way, he has said before that he is against people copywriting strike, like anything that's archive.
Yeah.
Right? He thinks you're a bitch if you do it. He's this, he's that. By the way, if you believe that what you posted was so bad, then why do you keep it posted? Why do you do it? Are you retarded?
He is,
He's
man.
such a piece of shit. He's a bitch.
E.T. Templar for 5. The Baldo Kuel is collapsing, and Nick just might end up in a true crime documentary. I think it's a destiny at this point that he's going to end up in a true crime documentary. Because all this is going to blow up in his face. It always was predicted to from the beginning. Every single E-celeb thinks that they're like this genius mastermind that's going to pull off the polycule. Dick Masterson thought that was the case. He was proven wrong in a really brutal fashion when all the DMs, the simp text leaked. Ethan Ralph thought that he was going to pull off the polycule, that he was going to have Fei Fei and Pantsu, and then his sex tape came out. Faith left him. He couldn't see his son. He had to flee to Mexico. Then Pantsu left him. He ended up having to watch in the corner. He admits this. Pantsu having sex with a Mexican gigolo who anally dominated her. This is what Ralph's polycule ended in. And Rekieta, having not seen those instances, not seen the feltoning of people like Jack Murphy or Adam 22, every one of these guys who gets cucked gets felted, man. And they regret being cucks. Like even Sneeko, who was cucked, regrets being a cuck. But Rekieta, in his infinite wisdom, thought he was so much smarter than all those other examples of guys in polycules, guys who got cucked. He thought it would never happen to him. It would never fall apart. But it always, always, always falls apart. It's not possible. It's not going to fucking work. King Solomon had like 400 fucking concubines, okay? He was the wisest and most powerful king. And even his polycule fucking felted him. Though, to be fair, it took like 400 different concubines to totally felt him because he was a pimp baller. Those are different times as well. But in the society that we live in, with the way things work online now, you can't get away with this shit. And it ultimately all crumbled and failed, and he gets what he fucking deserves. All right, let's now get into...
All right, let's do it.
Some of these videos that he put out. So we now have the new addiction, the new cope of Rekieta, his new habit. Because he's being drug tested, doing drug monitoring, so he can't drink or do drugs as much as he'd want to.
Is it a vape?
Yeah, he's got a vape. So he constantly needs stimulation. He constantly needs a buzz of some kind. So now he's just got to hit that vape all day long.
He's got the vape. Oh, and by the way, Nick, if you're watching, which you probably are, all coked up or whatever, if you go after the clip channel, we will fight it. All right?
We will fight it and we will win.
We will win, right? So doing that will make things worse. And we're doing this all in fair use. We're commenting. We're pausing every second. So fuck you, okay? How about that? Here we go. Whoa,
Buddy, he's looking real rough. He's like a wax figure that's melting.
Oh my god! And by the way,
I'm melting. I
have to move us out of the way, guys.
Aldo, man.
Watch. I'm gonna move us out of the way, folks, because you have to see. Look, hang on, let me just straighten this here. Look at the background, folks. Watch. There's like bottles and glasses. Every square centimeter
of the counter,
like literally millimeter, has something on it. Whoa, that is crack level. Like, you know what I mean? It's hoarder level.
Den. It's completely reverted back to being a crack den. He admits in the stream, by the way, that there's piles of dirty clothes all over the ground.
No.
Which we didn't see that, and we didn't need to know that. But he just volunteers that there are piles of filthy clothes all over the place.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Wait, and by the way, real fast, we see something here?
Look how shiny and red his nose is, and his whole face as well.
Look at his nails. He's got the coke nail, bro.
Oh, no, he's got the coke nail, buddy.
You see it?
Whoa.
Wait, all his nails are long. Wait,
buddy, he's not taking care of himself. He said he was mentally ill.
It's a claw.
He said that he admitted to having bad thoughts about himself and ending his life.
No, that's bad.
So it's just he's not showering. He's not trimming his nails. You know, he's not cleaning up after himself. The house is a disaster. He's off the wagon. The polycule has fallen. The Baldo bunker is in disarray.
I'm not a sauerkraut person. When did I start vaping? When the government fucked me.
Oh my god! This is unhinged!
Yes!
This is unhinged, bro!
Yes!
No
way! Yes! When did you start vaping? When the government fucked me. They took away all my drugs. Now I have this shitty fucking vape. Look at how fucking, like, disheveled he looks, man. Zoom in on his eye. Those bags under his eyes are deeper than the Grand Canyon. Look at that. This looks like he has a black eye, man.
Yo, Ash, That's the kind of tired sleep don't fix.
It'll never fix, man. This is
like-
eternally felt. It's like,
That's like,
whoa.
You need like
Whoa.
surgery for that to be fixed. Wow.
When did I start vaping? When the government fucked me.
He's
And I
eating
needed a
Dorito.
cigarette after.
Wait.
When the
So
government fucked me.
eating will be a recurring theme. He's always eating something during this stream, which at least he's eating food again.
And I needed a cigarette after.
Oh my
He's
god!
smoking ciggies now too.
He's vaping. He's puffing the vape on one and a cigarette on the other.
Oh,
It's not enough nicotine for him, buddy. You fried your brain on drugs.
You know he has the
It's not
patches
even
on
enough.
too.
Yeah, he's got like 6 patches on each arm, just flying on nicotine.
Did you say, was it as good for you as it was for me after they fucked you? No. They left me sleeping on the bed.
Oh man,
What?
It's down real bad.
This
It's
is-
down real.
It gets
bad.
worse, folks. This is nothing. That's an appetizer. So
Now
he
this
seethes
is
about
this
us
is-
too,
this
by
is-
the
this-
way.
Oh yeah, there's the seed about us. There's the seed about Sean. There's the scene about legal dick sucker. There's the seed about pretty much every single person in the sector, except the Baldo washers. So here he is. This is his direct response to the Twitter spiral and him telling us the nerds have got to go.
Ash.
Buddy, I think he needs to go. This is Larson Max.
Look at that.
Buddy.
Is a caricature. Like that's a caricature. You know, on the street where they draw and exaggerate your features, this is actually horrible to look at.
It's homeless Max, yeah.
You know what? I realized something today.
Is this like the South Park speech? Kyle, Stan, I realized something today. All right, go ahead. Tell us what you learned today, Stan.
What did you learn, bud?
I learned something today.
That
Yeah, the music starts playing, right?
Yeah.
didn't get bullied enough.
What?
Keep laughing.
Buddy, you're the one who didn't get bullied enough. You still haven't been bullied enough. This guy gets bullied every single day by us, Kiwi Farm, every LawTube. Everybody's dunking on him, bullying him. And it's still not enough for him to change his smug, insane attitude where he thinks he knows better than everybody, okay? And he's trying to tell other people they haven't been bullied enough. Well, then I guess your punishment must be more severe, Kokeda. You know, I remember when he first got busted, there were people, and Josh was optimistic as well, that would be rock bottom.
Yeah.
That surely he would turn it around from there. But I told
I
all
said
of
that too, by the way. I said that too.
I told all of you no.
You did.
It's nowhere near rock bottom. He's going to have to spiral a lot harder. And I told you guys, he would spiral fucking harder and harder and double down and double down and double down. And he has. And I said he would take it to trial. And it looks like he is going to take it to trial.
You were
all the way.
right every
But it's-
step of
I
the
don't-
way.
I don't really want to be right about this. Like, it would be nice if this guy, for the sake of his kids, would turn it around.
True.
But instead, he just chooses to be the biggest piece of shit he possibly can be every single time. Every time.
No, I was like, because you were like, oh, it'll get even worse and worse. And I'm like, how? Well, I get like shocked and proven wrong every time because
I think he looks worse now than he did on the stream where he was fucking jerking off.
he was more pale there, but here he looks worse in terms of like wrinkles and darkness under his eyes.
being
In that
weathered.
show, though, he was like really pale. But yeah, I think you're right. Oops. Sorry.
That didn't get bullied enough. And they're still fucking nerds. So.
Buddy,
they
who
can-
uses
Go ahead.
nerd as an insult? Like, even back in school,
Yeah.
nobody would actually ever say nerd.
Nerd.
Like, it's like
who said
somebody
that?
saying four eyes. Like, I had glasses and nobody ever even said that.
It was past
You know
that
what I
time.
mean?
That was like in the 80s.
It's like some old ass shit, man. Like, what are you talking about,
Groovy, dude. You know? It's like,
You're nerd. It's like, this is like an insult 50 years ago that was cool. Now, what are you talking about? This is projection on his part because he is a nerd. Deep down, he's the nerdiest nerd that ever nerded. And he's desperate to be cool. He's desperate to be seen as cool. And so this is part of his midlife crisis, right? Where this is why he has to have the polycule. This is why he's doing all the drugs. This is why he bought the Mustang that he fucking wrapped around a tree and all this shit, is because he wants to be seen as cool. To him, the worst thing is to be a nerd because that's what he is. And so he projects that onto other people. But no one cares because it's the lamest insult in the world.
Hey, dweeb. Freaking dweeb.
Nah, they can get lost. I'm tired of it.
Get lost. Kick rocks, dweeb. By the way, can I just say, I know we've said this before, but sorry, Rekieta, you're a public figure having a meltdown. Why wouldn't people cover you? Rich, Review Tech, why do people cover me? I wonder why. You're melting down. If Ash and I were melting down, it'd be the same shit.
Yes.
And
it has been. And it has been.
Exactly.
Like, everybody has to take their licks if they want to do this shit. There are going to be times, most of the time, you're going to be the hammer. But some of the time, you're going to be the nail. And the longer you have this, like, cringy, woe is me, bullshit attitude where you blame everybody else and take no responsibility and keep seething about it, the longer the time you're going to be a nail is.
Yep.
Like, for real.
Exactly.
And that's him and Rich refuse to take the L because both of them, for whatever reason, it doesn't even really make sense, believe that they're smarter than everyone else.
Mm-hmm.
Like, at least Rekieta has a law degree to kind of try and back that up. Dickers has fuck all. But even with Rekieta, it's like, okay, your parents paid your way in life for you to get this law degree that you never actually used. You were a complete non-practicing lawyer, which allowed you to segue into being a YouTube law tuber who basically got every take that he ever made wrong. Pretty much everything Rekieta ever said, all turned out to be wrong in the end, given a long enough timeline. And so you have this sense of superiority over other people because you blew up on YouTube being a pretend lawyer, is really what it comes down to. You're not that smart, bro. He's a lot smarter than he thinks he is, which, as Sargon found out, is a really terrible place to be in. But even Sargon fucking learned. Sargon actually was humbled and turned shit around.
Yeah, exactly.
Rekieta keeps doubling and tripling and quadrupling down, and he's just going down the tubes, dude.
Yeah. By the way, Vic sends his regards. Everyone only...
Is it really a bottom 3 law school in the country? Bottom
Really?
3?
It's like DeVry? Is it like
guess.
DeVry? He's got the
That's
DeVry
tough,
law degree?
man.
I wouldn't talk to these people in normal real life. And so, like, if you...
Well, how
Rekieta,
about this?
none of
No
this
one
would
wants
be
to talk to
happening.
you, though.
Yeah, no, but none of this would be happening in normal real life anyway. Like,
Exactly.
you know what I mean? Like, you just be grateful that this opportunity exists for you because you were a complete failure before this. Curse you, internet! Well, the internet giveth and it taketh away, bro. I have to deal with all these nerdy trolls. They used to be your fans, you fucking moron, before you fucked them all over with your retarded antics. These fuckers, they defended you to the bitter end. Defended you for years.
But Ash, no one wants to talk to him. We're making fun of you. We're covering you. We don't like you. You're a piece of shit. I wouldn't even talk to these guys.
He destroyed his entire real life as well. So it's not just online. Nobody at the church wants to talk to you. You've been thrown the fuck out of there. You know, you have no real life friends. As you said, like, that's why you got with the polycule thing, because you'd have friends that understood what was going on. Well, that's all fucking failed. Looks like your marriage is on the rocks. The side piece is either out or she's out. So the whole polycule is fucking failed. But here he is, this smug sense of superiority. Who else in here is on trial for drugs? You know?
Like the craziest version of drugs.
Who else has had their 9-year-old test positive for cocaine? So this sense of superiority he has over others is totally unearned and insane.
Yeah.
You want to talk to me, like, I don't care who you actually are, but have some common fucking decency. Because I have...
Common
decency from the guy whose 9-year-old tested positive for cocaine? For the guy who put on the baldo?
And who's smug about it?
Are
who's
you
smug about-
are you kidding me? Have the common decency not to flaunt your side piece in public and humiliate your wife and kids. How about you have the decency to do that? How about you have the decency to get your fucking women under control? But it's all falling apart, buddy. Basic decency.
It's everyone else's fault. It's everyone else's fault, guys. That his life is falling apart.
Have common decency with other people. When I find out that someone's just a fucking nerd with no joy in their life, I don't want them to be.
By the way,
No, they're
these
taking
guys are
joy in your
add-ons.
downfall.
And they're
he doesn't
they're
know.
add-ons. You don't know their life. You don't know what people's lives and how they're like doing.
You don't know me.
You
That's
know?
what he'll actually say at one point, like a fat woman. He says, "You don't know me.
Oh, Z-Snap? You don't know me, sister.
You don't know my life."
So they're gone. And you'll know what I mean. I don't mean like
How many viewers? Folks, how many viewers last night did he have? Anyone watch it? Go ahead.
I honestly have no idea. I doubt he
I'm
had
curious.
69.
69? 80 plus.
Probably less.
About 80. About 80.
Okay.
oh, I'm a nerd because I like books. I mean, you're a nerd because you're a fucking nerd. So get out.
80 people for 80. Guys,
Look at it.
he's
Look
making
at his
fucking
eyes
peanuts for this.
Look at how defeated he is.
he
man.
is.
Look at
Wow.
his eyes. Oh man.
Oh no. Look at his left eye. Like it's like swollen.
It's like he was Ralphed without being Ralphed. Somebody rearranged his face.
Wait, what the fuck?
He looks like he's about to cry, man.
Holy
It's never been this over. If only you knew how bad things really were. And he looks like that while saying other people are joyless.
like
Come
right?
Come on,
And
man.
clean your background if you're gonna do a stream.
And all those people should be bullied and beaten to death.
You're calling
What
for
the
people
fuck?
to be beaten to death. Look, he's looking at the ceiling cats. Look, he's looking up at the corner again.
Oh,
Beaten to death for making fun of you? Like, how thin-skinned is
what
this
a
guy?
bitch! What a bitch! And they should be bullied. Well, we're all bullying you. How about that? You know, I mean, for a good reason. We're not doing it out of malicious intent. We're doing it too.
Well, I am. But
Well, yeah, me too. But for YouTube, in case YouTube.
Yeah, no, I'm good with it. Said to make sure that I was comfortable saying that. Very much so. Yeah, I was
Nick, no one gives a fuck what you think. No one gives a fuck that you think people are nerds. You're
Like,
a creep. Look
he's
at
just
him.
embarrassing himself.
This
Does he
is the
really?
guy that could say anything about anyone ever.
He really needs to just get off the internet.
Yeah.
Really.
really refreshing. It was good. It made me happy to do that. I have never blocked people on Twitter.
Look at those
You should
bracelets.
have.
The
What
bracelets.
is up? Like, so that's apparently Kayla and him's friendship bracelet. I didn't know that, but that's somebody informed me of that at the start of the stream.
But it has like a jingling.
But he looks really gay.
Buddy, this is. Look at that.
And
Is.
he's queer maxing.
That's.
Buddy,
Holy
the
shit.
Norwood Reapers come for him too, eh? That hairline's coming way back. Way back.
This pause doesn't even look like him.
Buddy, it looks like he's about to be sucking a dick there. Short beard, get like bukkake. Like,
him
he's
jerking
going
it?
easy on now.
Blocked people on Twitter. I don't think I may have an errant block in there somewhere, but I don't think I do. In something
He
like
did.
6 years, I haven't blocked anyone.
What a lie.
What a lie.
And today I just started blocking a whole shitload of people. And it's so great. Oh, so good. And I'm gonna
What?
do it again.
He's acting like he's getting a blowjob at blocking people on Twitter. If only it was so easy, you know? Like, he's so happy. He's like, oh, yeah.
Look at this.
I blocked them. But that's like busting a nut at the idea of blocking an A-log on Twitter. Like, come on.
And I'm gonna do it again. As
Okay.
they, show up and waste my time. I'm just gonna start
What's wrong
blocking
with
people.
this guy,
To
man?
80 people, folks. To 80.
Oh my
And by the
God.
way, 70 of them are A-logs who are like, okay, I can't wait to see this fucking downfall. No one, is there anyone rooting for him still?
No.
No. It's over.
There's a few. There's like 10 people on locals left, but
Jeez.
I gave them long enough. I'm done with them.
Everyone's saying no, no, no. Why, Nance?
somebody says he blocked me for asking him if he likes his kids like he likes his whiskey. 9 years old and full of coke. Oh, man, it's just ruthless, man.
Damn.
Oh no.
Someone in chat, one guy in chat out of thousands, he
I
just
think
wrote,
to boost
I
the
am.
audio a little bit.
All right, let me then, I'll lower yours a bit and then raise the max volume. Okay, that should work. Tell me if this is better, folks. Okay, Ashton, just talk for a second.
Test. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2,
Okay,
3.
you're fine there. And how's that?
And that makes me really happy.
Is that better, folks? Let me know.
And I found out that that's something that
Because it is a bit low. Yeah,
should be
okay, cool.
focusing
It is
much
good.
more on in my life is joy. This range cultists
Yeah!
really deserve it. Dude,
Yeah,
it-
you do need to
it's
focus
unhealthy.
more on joy. Like, he looks fucking so depressed and so sad and so downtrodden.
But there
And
is
he
no
just-
joy, though, to be had.
There is nothing to look at and be like, well, here's the silver lining.
You're
Like,
waiting for jail.
like his like current, like his present is grim, his near future is grim, and let's be real, even his distant future is really grim. The only hope this guy has in his whole life is that after he gets through all this bullshit and his divorce and whatever the fuck with the polycule and just being publicly embarrassed and humiliated again and again and again and potentially going to jail and all of that, he's never going to be an internet lawyer again. He's never going to make a living doing this again. And he's too fucking, privileged and too pathetic to work a real job because he thinks he's above it. So his only hope is just to wait for his parents to die and then try and coast out on his inheritance. But at this point, he might get disinherited with what an embarrassment he is. Like,
Yeah.
I think he's on thin ice, to be real.
Yeah,
That's his life.
definitely.
Like, there are some people out there who just like are really, really into it, which is fine. I just don't need them on my
Wait. How is it fine? Wait, what?
timeline. Shitting
Yeah,
up
so
every
Mr.
post-
Carve doesn't know about his rich parents. So years and years ago in Texas, when the Rekieta family lived there, they struck oil and they got rich off of oil money. So there's a trust fund, which is what put him through law school, and he didn't have to work a job at all through like the first 10 years of his marriage, raising all these kids, because his family said, as long as you have kids and raise them, we'll support you. So he's just a total trust fund baby, Nepo baby, has never earned anything in his life, has this unwarranted sense of superiority, and believes that he'll never face any real consequences because his parents will bail him out of everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they're starting to wake up, and yeah.
post I make and every reply, because I've got other stuff to do, and other stuff to talk about, and
Like
they
what?
make it difficult to
You
even
got
have.
nothing, dude. You're done.
There's so many
nothing.
court cases right now that he could be talking about that the other law tubers are talking about, like that bitch with the suitcase trial or
Yep.
whatever. That's going on. He could be covering that and raking in super chats, and that's all he really has. I mean, honestly, this is the path for his redemption arc. Shut the fuck up about your case. Step 1, which is impossible. Step 2, like it's already mission impossible. Step 2, find a way to the polycule, find a way for it not to just completely implode and embarrass you and ruin your life, which is also impossible. But if he could manage those first 2, then step 3 would be he just does trial streams and does them consistently and just reads the super chats and goes home, and he just keeps doing that, and he could have a redemption.
But
instead, he chooses to fight with everybody and deny everything and be insane. And this is why he gets felted.
No, dude, I really think, though, his reputation is so felted, right, from his fucking arrogance, that even if he tried step 3, it wouldn't work.
Well, it probably wouldn't, but that's his only, viable
It would be like
path.
4 or 5 years. It would be 4 or 5
Yeah.
years of building it back up and proving, right? Actions speak louder than words, Okay, I could say I'm sober every day, but if I come into the stream and I'm like, you'll all be like, well,
And
clearly
you're
you're
right,
bullshitting.
US hair plugs Hamilton. A lot will still spit on him. But what you have to remember is that eventually people do move on.
Yeah.
If you stop spiraling and you stop being the current lol cow of the day, eventually most people will move on, right? But he just keeps bringing the spotlight back to him with these insane meltdowns. So,
And
Lucky Robot has gifted a sub.
let's go. Thank you so much. And 6 foot dig. No, we have not even touched Dickers yet. It's either going to be a long show or we're splitting it up into 2 or 3 shows. We don't even know, guys. We're things are breaking. Yeah, things are breaking live too, and that we have a long show, guys. So strap in, all right?
Conversations with people. So I got rid of them. And yeah, man, these people are joyless. They have
Joyless.
Look at you.
We're laughing. This rules. We got 4,000 watching. Everyone's full of joy in this part.
The saddest guy to say that somebody else is joyless.
You know what I mean?
You know?
no concept of like comedy or humor or self-deprecation in any real capacity.
Self-deprecation. We all self-deprecate. Like no one cares about. Like what do you mean? But right now, wait. Like we're all pointing at you and laughing. Wouldn't you be self-deprecating in this situation? No, you're crying like a bitch and flagging people.
He's trying to pretend like the Kino Casino is a really self-serious show,
right?
And it's like, but have you looked at the show?
I got bunny
last
ears.
month.
I got bunny.
You know what I mean? Like they're so self-serious and they're just joyless over there at that show. I think that's a bit of projection from yourself, pal. All right, let's continue.
And they're always so fucking serious. And it's like, why?
No one is, though.
Why?
Who is? Who is actually, like, self-serious and seething? Like, I don't think it's us. I don't think it's Josh. Like, who is he talking about?
Yeah.
Like, has he ever considered that maybe, like, if a Kiwi Farms or random Twitter poster strikes that tone, that maybe they're trolling him?
Wait.
And he's taking the bait and seething? Like, I don't really get it.
He's the Joker now. Why so serious? No.
Can't you guys like?
You remember when he had the Joker poster and he signed it, Joker himself?
Oh no! You know the guy streaming at 4 a.m. is the one who's seething and serious. I mean, this is just wild stuff from him. It's just alternate reality takes. It really is. But by the way, like, isn't it? Shouldn't you take this a bit serious? Like, your 9-year-old tested positive for cocaine. You're facing criminal charges. Your YouTube career has imploded. Your marriage is imploding. Like, maybe you should be taking it a bit serious. Let's take joy in his marriage imploding.
By the way, yeah, he is the Joker, but Joker 2 and his future will be how the Joker 2 ended. All right.
Oh.
They'll take a joke all day, except for when you actually make one. Then they won't take a joke anymore. Then
What?
they want to call the fucking police because of jokes.
Well, you're telling them to call the police, and then you're upset today that they did.
Yeah.
I don't know what to say.
Like, oh my god, when did the internet police show up to everything? It's like, oh,
The internet police?
I don't. Whoa.
person, they're talking and I don't like them. Okay, cool.
Wait, so he's admitting that April being lost in the woods was him and her making a joke. Well, during this serious situation, probably don't do that. I don't know what to say.
I am tired of it.
Wait, by the way, this kitchen's...
Look at it.
God.
There's dishes stacked to the top of the sink. Do you see that?
Yeah.
Right underneath the fucking play bar, you can see.
Oh, man.
Scroll over. Down. There's, like, look.
Buddy, this is grim.
The other thing that makes me laugh is I know it's gonna fucking bother them being called nerds.
But it's not.
Whoa.
That's you admitting that it bothers
That
you
hurts me.
to be called a nerd. It hurts him deep to be called that.
Ashton, it It dug right into my core.
Oh,
A
yeah.
nerd. Shut the fuck up,
No.
loser, you bum. You crackhead. Shut the fuck
The
up.
projection's
Like,
unreal.
holy shit. Oh no, the crackhead called us a nerd. Whatever shall we do?
Because it always will. That's the funny thing about nerds. They're always bothered when they're reminded that they're nerds. The internet removed the ability for someone to get punched in the fucking mouth.
Rekieta, are you gonna punch anybody? Let's be real, dude. You're like 120 pounds, soaking wet. Like, you look like you have rickets. You're fucking coked out, weak as fuck. You're gonna punch somebody in the face? Bullshit, buddy.
Shut the fuck up, Nick, you loser.
And it made these people think that they were like cool. It's like, all right, I don't.
Bitch, you're heading
I
to
don't-
jail. Like, I don't know what to say.
I don't think people on Kiwi Farms think they're the coolest motherfuckers.
No.
Like, I just don't really believe that. You know, I just, people who watch Rekieta a lot in general, who are fans and now haters, I don't think they consider themselves these cool, badass chads. I'm pretty sure they consider themselves, a lot of them, to be anime nerds and weebs and fucking. You were totally fine taking their nerd money until they became disappointed in your failures, and now you're like, fuck you, nerds! Sad.
Has he been watching 80s like John Hughes style films lately? Like, you know what I mean? Like, he's taking a lot from these like old movies, and like he's like, I'm the high school bully.
RepairBot nailed it. Like, no grown-ass man is thinking about nerd versus cool. Like, are you 12?
Yeah, yeah.
Like, this is why, like, getting made fun of, it bothers him so much. It brings him back to school when he got made fun of for being a fucking nerd, and he feels powerless and like there's nothing he can do. So then he projects that back onto the people making fun of him. He says, no, actually, it's you that's the nerd. I'm actually winning. It's like, well, none of these people have charges against them in the court of law. None of these people have been publicly humiliated like you and are ongoingly humiliated on a daily basis. Like, how about you just stop? Which he did for a while. I don't know if his parents took the router or what the fuck happened.
Kayla
Why
left.
there was this. Well, that's it. I think Kayla or somebody fucking left. Something crazy happened, and now he's just spiraling again. It's unreal.
You're not.
This isn't
though.
even
Like,
close to the fucking worst clip. Like, we honestly got to just power through this.
Nah, I'm having fun. Let's milk
Yes.
this.
I've seen you people.
I miss going over Nick. Let's have fun. Let's you know what I mean?
All right.
You don't fit in at a brothel.
By the way, if you're watching on the
Well,
Clip
why
channel,
would you want to fit in at a brothel? That's his own.
That's a wild
No, his
thing.
own is you wouldn't fit in at a brothel.
Wait, what?
Well, no person in their right mind even wants to be at a fucking
In a
brothel anyway.
brothel?
Why would you want to pay if you could get it for free?
This is actually.
Hey, loser, you'd look out a place at a whorehouse full of the seediest underbelly of humanity. Isn't that now? Like, do you really think going to a whorehouse is cool? You're a married father of 5. Get a grip.
buddy.
Get a grip.
You nerds are not cool enough to pay for sex. What? What kind of fucking statement was that?
You don't fit in anywhere. That's why you're on the internet.
You can't go to a speakeasy. You're on the internet. Does he think people on the internet don't leave their fucking house?
Well, some of them don't. Let's be
true.
real.
That's true. Yeah.
Let's
you know
be
what?
real. Like, the thing is,
Bring it
like,
up. Rack
yes,
sub.
there are a lot of terminally online people online. Yes, there are a lot of losers online.
So I don't.
Listen. Let's all be real. Like, yeah, there's a lot of terminally ill, mentally ill, like losers online. But those are the same people who are your viewers, bro. Like the only reason that any of us are making any money at this at all really is because there are people that want to spend a lot of fucking time online, bro.
Right.
So don't bite the hand that feeds. You fucking nerds, you watch the live stream for 4 hours? Well, you better hope there's some fuckers out there who want to watch live streams for 4 fucking hours.
Day. That's fine. Stay there. Just don't talk to me about how I live. Because I like my life way better than that.
Oh, I don't believe you. You like your life, huh?
Yes.
I don't
That's
believe
LA Noire.
you.
LA Noire.
Oh, yeah.
That's LA Noire.
That's lie. Confront with evidence.
B. Press
Your
B. Yeah.
entire life. Like, Shut up! The face of a winner.
Look at those sideburns. Those are dirty sideburns. That is, I've never seen someone so sad say they love their life so much in like one image.
He's the sad clown.
I'm happy.
I'm
happy.
I'm loving it.
You're
Yeah,
the one that's sad.
Sad.
Pathetic.
He gives us all this content, man.
Yeah,
Like infinite content.
It's like RTU. It's like the infinite content glitch.
Yeah.
It's amazing. I don't give a shit anymore.
Do you?
Buddy,
About
if you
other
didn't
people.
give a shit, you wouldn't be talking about it. Every time people go, I don't care. I don't give a shit. It's just a self-doubt. Because you do care. Otherwise, you wouldn't say anything. You wouldn't address it at all. It does bother you on some level. And look at him. He's felted there. Look at that felted face.
Oh my god.
Looking down. That's an iconic felted face. That's iconic, dude. The chips are gone.
Well, either that or he's looking at his next line that he lined up on the on the kitchen counter.
People's.
By the way, if you're watching on the Clip channel, hit like, leave a comment,
Hit like
share it
there.
around everyone. Thank you for being subbed, guys.
Like
24,000 subs and counting, guys. Thank you so much.
imposition of my personal policies.
What?
I didn't block people because I didn't want to block people. Well, 7 years of retards. I'm gonna block.
Yeah, it's 24,000 on YouTube. I'm just doing this for the intro.
It wasn't 7 years. It was the last 7 months, Nick. Come on. Stop coping.
Block 'em.
You are coping. This is really a coping seed, man.
Every pause is a foul. Like every single facial expression is just pure misery and seed.
Oh.
Oh, he's a paying customer? Okay, go. Don't pay me anymore.
What
Sorry.
is that a smart business? It's like, don't pay me anymore. He's like, I have a trust fund. It's like, why should anyone give you anything then? You fucking bum.
Right?
You animal.
I just don't care. I really do appreciate all of you. Every single person who's
all eight.
Wait a minute. So, no, but he just said, like, I don't care if you're a paying customer. Fuck you. I really appreciate all of you guys.
Makes no
sense.
sense.
I only appreciate you, though, if you enable every one of my toxic activities and never criticize me about anything. Just suck my balls and give me money. That's what you're here for. Ha ha ha.
Do you believe him?
I mean, he's basically mask off with his insanity.
with me through all of this stuff. But if someone's going to be here just fucking bitching, goodbye. I'm done with it. Again, I'll say it one more time for those in the back. When the government can take your kids,
I love streams, by the way, where people are making food and eating.
I know, right?
Oh, it's the greatest.
none of this.
I always understand if someone's like eating in the background after like a long stream, but the entire thing is just making food and.
You could have taken that frame and you told anybody that was him in the middle of crying, like weeping, and they would believe you. Look at him.
Oh,
That's like he's weeping, like full on sobbing, like somebody died, sobbing.
oh man.
And he's going to tell us here, oh, well, now that the government can take my kids, everything is small in comparison. But you're seething about every little small thing and not really seething as much about the government. So, like, it doesn't even make sense. It's obvious this still affects you. It still bothers you, or you wouldn't be addressing it. You wouldn't be flagging down illicit clips for exposing it.
Bum.
Other shit matters. People are toxic.
Toxic.
They're not good.
You're
Toxic.
You're
Shut the fuck up.
unironically saying toxic. He used to clown on people. Clown on SJWs and liberals for saying toxic. Guys, it's all become so toxic. No, you made it that way. When you fucking railed cocaine on live stream, blood came from your nose. You were jerking off, getting suckies from the mistress under the fucking table, cheating on your wife, embarrassing your 5 fucking kids, got busted for fucking cocaine possession, firearm, illegal usage, ketamine tablets, the whole fucking nine. Your 9-year-old daughter got exposed for using cocaine, okay? That you gave her. God knows what the fuck happened. I don't even really want to know. It's so grimy. Your kids were hungry. They were stinky. Like the church reported that. This is your doing. You made it toxic, Rekieta. Nobody else did. You put on the Baldo. There's so much that went on, it's hard to repeat it all.
Good for your life. I fucked with one too many streamers.
What?
And they're unappeasable and joyless. So they can just go.
It's everyone else's fault, not mine. They're all the snakes. They're all the cocksuckers. It's like the straight up, it's Review Tech. It's Ralph. Listen, when everyone is shitting on you, everyone, or at least most people, and you're blaming it on other people, like, how about you look in the fucking mirror? But they never will.
This is now the new cope that Rekieta's come up with.
Wow. Okay.
So Rekieta's cope for why the pastor reported his children coming to them and saying they were stinking, they were hungry, daddy's like a fucking drug addicted bum, and mandatorily reporting that, right? His new cope for that is that trolls sent a video to the pastor of all of his blasphemy. The problem with that narrative is that video was made 2 weeks ago. It wasn't made 7 months ago. It was made on Kiwi Farms 2 weeks ago, Rekieta.
We played it on the show.
The video was made after, and everybody knows that it was made after.
Well, also the claims weren't about blasphemy. It was about like bathing and clothing and not. You know what I mean? And hungry.
So you're telling me the pastor just made all this stuff up out of thin air,
right?
Because he got sent a troll video? Come on, stop it.
No,
get some help.
Things that I learned is that someone compiled stuff I said about Jesus out of context.
No, it wasn't out of
context.
What are you talking about out of context? You labeled a lot of these Bible study streams, pal. Like, it wasn't out of context. Maybe the context is that you're drunk and high, and what you said was insane, blasphemous, offensive to the Christian faith. I mean, that was the context.
Look at him here, Ash.
Buddy. He looks like he did the night where he was arrested.
Yeah.
That's the exact same sort of faces he was pulling while he was fucking railing lines and April was under the desk.
And sent it to the pastor who reported us. So the pastor's report is influenced by...
No, it's not. It's a
out
lie.
of context quotes.
I don't even understand. I don't even understand. Why is he even saying this is my point, because it's not going to matter in court. It's completely irrelevant.
It's a lie.
Right? Nobody that's an A-log is going to believe this. This is just a new lie cope for the fucking locals piggies to be like, oh, guys, this is why. It's not that I was getting up 11 times during service to powder my nose. I lost all this weight visibly. My hands and knees were shaking in church, which we have on video, him shaking like alcoholic shakes at church. I mean, it's not obvious to everybody that I was on drugs at church, and also that my kids, they were stinking because their clothes weren't washed for weeks, and, the pastor smelled it on them, and they were starving and begged the pastor for food, and then the pastor, out of concern for me and my family, contacted. It couldn't be that. No. It was that the pastor received an email from Kiwi Farms user 937 with a video that was made 7 months later that didn't even exist at the time.
Time machine.
And it was sent in, and then the pastor decided to just make up out of nowhere, with no evidence whatsoever, that my kids were hungry and stinking and that I was on drugs.
Did anyone believe this?
That's what we're meant to believe.
Did anyone, even his biggest fans, believe this?
Nobody.
They couldn't have.
Trying to create time travel.
I
wasn't aware that Josh Moon knew the secrets of time travel to send A-logs back in time to felt you to the pastor. And that's the thing, Lasagna, too, is the body cam refutes this if the kid is begging for a change of clothes. So in the police report, his fucking daughter is tugging at the pant leg of a cop asking for a clean change of clothes. Do you think the police just fabricated that? Was just a total invention?
They were mad. No, they were.
And that won't show up on the fucking body cam and won't show that you're a fucking dirty liar, Rekieta?
Amber Heard set this all up. You know what I mean? Like, this is insane.
Made about Jesus, which are quotes not of authority, because I'm not an authority on the Bible.
Then don't talk about shit you're not an authority about. It's called Rekieta Law, not Rekieta Bible Study. But you seem pretty authoritative when you made those statements, that Jesus was a racist, that Jesus was a sinner, that Jesus would put strip poles in church. Like, this is the stuff that he said.
That's insane.
This is the stuff that he said. And now he's I wasn't an authority, Like, give me a break,
it was
pal.
Eric
What
July.
a yeah, it was Eric July.
At all. I'm just a guy who likes to read and think.
Remember when he blamed everything on Eric July?
Well, maybe, yeah, I know. Well, maybe he should read the Bible until he actually understands it before running his fucking dick licker about things. I just like to read. And it's like, no, on your first reading, you're not a Bible teacher. You're a Bible learner, okay? You can't just go, oh, I read this passage. Now let me explain it to everybody like I have decades of theological knowledge under my belt. No, fuck you. He doesn't get to run away from this shit. You said it, own it. And we all know what you said and how you said it.
It was to grift conservative people who are like religious and you know, like wanted to hear about that stuff and gave him money. And then he acted like he was an authority on it and then said everything like opposite.
And part of it was after all this shit went down, and what he wanted to do was intentionally upset the people. And this is what's the most sick about this guy. He wanted to intentionally upset the members of his audience that were Christian and were trad, who had turned their backs on him because he turned their back on them by becoming a drunken, cuckold, degenerate baldo wearer. And so because he felt betrayed by those people, because he betrayed their values, he decided that he was going to put them in the mud and rub their fucking nose in it. Yeah, your Jesus is a sinner. Your Jesus is a racist. Your Jesus would put strip poles in church. That's what he did, because he's a sick fuck. He was never a Christian a day in his life. He was more pathetic than atheists. He was an atheist who played pretend to appease other people because he was too much of a coward to actually speak his true beliefs. It's the lowest of the fucking low, is what he is. He's a grifting fucking slime ball. And what he did towards the end there with a lot of these clips that came months and months after the pastor's report, that he now blames for the pastor's report, was shameful.
The text was me doing textual criticism of various parts of the Bible because I find it interesting. And
no, but you don't start being a Bible teacher just because you find it interesting, right? Anyway, let's keep going. This is ridiculous.
Cheeky about
cheeky
Jesus' divinity.
Buddy, you don't get cheeky about Jesus' divinity. Like, that's the one thing you don't get cheeky about. Like, if you are a real Christian and you believe that you are worshiping the supreme sovereign of the universe, the omnipotent, omniscient, omnipresent Son of God, you don't start fucking pissing on the Son of God and mocking and being cheeky with the Son of God. You know, like the Bible teaches to not fear those who can destroy the body, to not fear earthly men and A-logs and Kiwi farmers, but to fear the living God who can destroy both body and soul in hell. So you clearly never took these beliefs seriously whatsoever, because instead of mocking the human beings that you could mock for fallible reasons, you mocked the infallible, perfect Son of God and denied his sinless nature, which is what gives redemption and clemency for sin. Like, you're a piece of shit. Fuck you.
Which I actually believe in. Never didn't. There's a point,
Come on.
I think, to the fact that God came down as a man. And I don't think Jesus saw himself as sinless.
Yes, he did!
The way he describes sin at the Sermon on the Mount, I think he very clearly...
Wait, is he preaching again now?
No, he's doubling down on it. He's doubling down on that Jesus is a sinner. Oh my God! Have mercy! Have mercy! Literally, God, please.
Considers himself a sinner. We
It was out of
say
context,
Jesus was
guys.
without sin. That's fine. Maybe he was. Maybe he wasn't.
That's the whole point. That's the whole point of the religion.
Jesus considers himself without sin. I don't think that God is constrained by some rule that requires a pure blood sacrifice to forgive
It's
sin.
God's law. It's God's law. Read the book of Hebrews. Read the book of Romans. Learn. You idiot. This is just retarded. Fucking children know this. I knew this before I was 5 years old. This is crazy. Oh, man.
Forgive you. Like he could just do that because he's God, right? But people are like, nope, he couldn't do that. He needed Christ to die on the cross. That was the only way. It's like,
You sound like a scoffer. You sound like a skeptic. You sound like a disbeliever. You're basically saying God's a retard. This is the sort of shit that atheists say. Well, why would God need to sacrifice his own son to him? It doesn't make sense. Well, God confounds the wisdom of this world. God makes the foolish to be wise and the wise to be foolish. And that's exactly what Rekieta has trapped himself in. He exalts himself. He thinks he's so wise. He's so learned. And God humbles his ass and makes him a fool.
No, he's been watching Amazing Atheist videos, Ashton.
Oh, yeah.
He's been watching the latest on the TJ front.
sense. That's magic. That's not religion. That's not faith.
What do you mean? Religion is magic. Like, I don't know. You're telling me God can't do magic? Then why would he be God?
Like,
are you serious, bro?
This is actually,
look at him there, buddy. He's possessed by demons. He's actually demonically possessed in this moment.
This guy
that is Satan retarded. Speaking through him. Look at him. He's evil.
And so it's like, you know, the problem is I get into discussions about that and I actually think through the problems.
It's that nobody else has thought about it.
I think
you're the first person. Yeah, you're the first person who ever came up with this stuff. This is cringe, man. This is very, very cringe, man. Very cringe.
I often come to a conclusion that sounds something like regular Christian doctrine, but sometimes there's a period in the middle where I'm like, well, I mean that's kind of weird. That's kind of a strange part of the text.
This is the insanity. Like, he just doesn't know. Like, we walk by faith, not by sight. Like, man doesn't know better than God. Does the clay question the potter? Why did you make me this way? But that's what Rekieta does. Rekieta questions God. Why did you do it this way, God? Well, I'm the first person who ever thought of these questions. There are no answers. There are no apologetics for this. If you wanted the answers and you wanted the apologetics and you wanted to believe and you didn't want to be like this, there are answers and resources available. You know what I mean? These aren't questions that have never come up before. You're the first person in 2,000 years. No, shut your fucking mouth. You're an ignoramus. You don't know anything about the scriptures, but you want to prattle on as though you're better than everybody. You know all, you see all. You know nothing. You know nothing.
Why doesn't he just shut the fuck up about religion fully?
Well,
because obviously he doesn't believe. Obviously he's blasphemous. He's against it. Why talk about it at all?
Well, why didn't he ever ask the pastor?
Exactly.
The pastor didn't have answers for you. He just didn't like the answers because he wants to be smarter than everybody else.
And people take that and they go, see, he's hates Jesus. It's like, no, I like that guy. He's funny.
What?
You like Jesus because he's funny.
Okay, Ash, this is getting a little... This is on... How do you even, go ahead, Ash. Preacher, go ahead.
No, what he's doing is he's just trying to make people like me mad.
Yeah, that's what it seems like.
He's trying to make people who have faith, or people who even have, maybe they've lost their faith, or maybe they never had faith, but they had respect for the Bible and respect for its traditions and respect for the framework of morals that it's provided that helped build Western civilization to what it is today. He just wants to piss those people off because he has nothing else but being a spiteful, pathetic loser who pisses on anything that is good or great or that people have respect for or reverence for. Because this is this like fucked up Gen X type mentality that he has, and why he thinks Dick Masterson is so cool is this idea that anything that is reverent or people hold in high regard, that people would consider holy or sacred, needs to be tore down. Anything that's beautiful needs to be made ugly because of pathetic pieces of shit like this that just don't want there to be anything like that because they're so cool and badass. It's pathetic.
Yeah.
It's a sad mentality. It's a teenager mentality.
Well, and also he wants to rip the Bible apart and Jesus and all this stuff to be like, well, there's no point in in listening to it, and that's why he does drugs. That's why it's okay to be a bum and a lazy piece of shit and an asshole and arrogant and this and that, because the Bible doesn't want you to do that. It wants you to be kind, but he's not. So he's making excuses. It's all excuses.
He hangs around with cool people. That whole discussion to me was more about, do I care if Jesus wasn't sinless? No.
Well, you should.
I don't give a shit.
What do you mean you don't care? I mean, that's the entire crux of the religion. If Jesus is a sinner, then the Bible is a lie, and therefore you shouldn't believe it, and the people who believing it are fools.
Yeah.
I mean, that's it does actually matter. It's not something, I don't give a shit or I don't give a shit. I mean, this is like the core tenet of the entire religion. It's not about like, oh, well, I choose to believe in predestination and somebody else chooses not to believe in predestination. That may or may not be a salvation matter. The question of whether or not, or, some people believe in premillennialism, other people don't. That may not be a salvation matter. But the question of believing whether or not Jesus Christ is the sinless Son of God or not is actually a salvation matter. Like, it's the most basic John 3:16 salvation you could possibly think of. Like, even faith-only religion requires you to at least have faith alone, which he doesn't even have. So he's lost. He's damned. This is insane.
Well, all right. And Range Queen, he goes, PvP, he's a junkie, LOL. No, but even when he was only drinking and it was sort of obvious he wasn't on hard drugs, he was saying shit like this before too, right? He was saying the exact same shit before. And I mean, why did he get into like the right-wing space? Like who brought him into the right-wing space? I know he was on Warski Live, which was more right-wing, obviously. So maybe picking up those viewers, he started talking about it more or something. I don't know.
He was supposed to be actually living that life, which for a long time,
right? Yeah.
I think he actually was living that life for like the most part of his like 30s and stuff before he became a YouTuber. Like he did actually have 5 kids. And he did actually go to church on every Sunday. And when he first started on YouTube, he wouldn't even swear, which, that's taking the religion pretty seriously.
Yeah.
To not even swear. To say that, neither salt nor fresh water both will not come out of my mouth. There will only be fresh water to come out of my mouth. That's taking the scriptures really seriously to believe that. And that's what he was taught. And now to, at this point, be straight up denying the sinless nature of Jesus Christ because you wanted to do cocaine and put on baldos and be a degenerate and be a swinger, you've lost your way. You've lost your mind. This is being angry at Christ because he won't let you do whatever you want to do. This is being angry because for part of your life you felt repressed and constrained by rules, by saying you couldn't just cheat on your wife. You can't just embarrass the mother of your children like this and publicly cheat on her and strap yourself to sex crosses and strap on baldos. It's like, well, fuck you, Jesus. I want to do that. That's what he's saying. This is sad. It's very sad because when he actually was upright and stood by the scriptures and lived that way, he had success. He had fame. He had money. He had a family. He had respect. And now he has none of it.
He was also spreading a positive message. Now people in chat are going, Hang on, is this Worski's fault that I had Worski live? No, I don't think that's the case. But yeah, this is ridiculous, dude.
Jesus cannot sin against himself. That's how I reconcile that, Nick. Of course he can. Why can't he? Like if
Oh my.
Jesus just murdered a guy, like that'd be sinning against himself. It wouldn't. I guess you could say
The Worski curse strikes again.
Like,
Since
why
he's
is
got-
he? And he's doing it again. So he said like all this stuff's out of context. It's not fair. But here he is, like, just thinking these thoughts that are impure in and of themselves. To be thinking about Christ murdering people and stuff like that.
It's
You
dark.
know by the nature of Christ that he would never murder anyone. You know? Like, this is wild stuff.
He's like lashing out. It feels like it's lashing out and putting excuses and all this bullshit. He really is just lost. He's a lost human being. And you know what's funny? When I first started covering him with you, I would say things like, hey man, quit drugs and alcohol. It helps me. I don't even care anymore. It's a lost cause. There are some addicts who want to learn to be better, and there are some who will never have the chip, who will never have the 1-day chip even. And those people, you could try, beg them, please, just trust me. But you know what? He spits in my face. He spits in your face. He spits in everyone's fucking face. He wants to do the lines, do the alcohol. Have at it, bud. Have another one on me. Okay, buddy? I don't fucking care.
God and God makes a choice.
And you know what? It's like we tried so hard to not only be entertaining and funny, but we had the best advice where Dick Masterson was like, let him do coke, let him drink. Well, have fun, bud. And where's Ralph now? Where's Dick Masterson now? They're not behind him. They're not helping him.
No.
Of right and wrong, God can only choose right, then Jesus' choices are always right, therefore he's sinless. But that's it's a fallacy. That's not a real way to get to that. That's a philosophical cheat mode.
What
But the whole
fuck?
thing is,
So he's like,
It's a-
God's
it's-
using
it's-
cheats like it's God.
I tip my fedora to you, good sir. Can God make a stone so big he cannot lift? I tip my fedora to you, good sir. I mean, that's what he's doing.
Really?
Wow, a logical fallacy. Can God make a square wheel? You know,
Yeah.
like it's like we've heard this before, pal. At least I have. You know, this isn't groundbreaking material. You're not like some fucking genius, okay? You're not Richard Dawkins. You're not Christopher Hitchens. You're not even TJ Kirk level. TJ Kirk has a better understanding of theology than you do, bro. This is like level fucking zero. Like caveman retard level theological discussion.
But you know what, Ashton? It's God's fault. It's all of our faults for actually like observing and being like, what are you doing? Okay? Even people who are probably alcoholics or drug addicts are like, listen, bud, you're taking it too far. You know what I mean?
Oh, I know.
But he spits on all of our
the pastor
faces.
who reported us
Go ahead, Nick.
got video compilations from people about things I said about religion.
He's so
He
low
never talked to
energy.
me about them. He could have. I talked to him.
How the compilation came
Buddy,
out last week, you fucking asshole.
How could you have talked to him about it when the compilation is at most 2 weeks old? Doesn't make any sense.
All the time. But he never said anything. Not one thing.
No, he revealed.
No,
he went to
and
the.
by the way,
Go ahead.
The pastor says that he pulled Rekieta aside many times.
He probably did.
Nick himself has said that. So what was the whole issue where you were teaching Bible class, right, at the church? The pastor pulled you aside and said, like, I don't want you teaching Bible class anymore. I'm not going to let you do that. So there were discussions by your own admission with the pastor that you told us about. So don't sit here and say there were never any theological differences between you or the pastor never came to you at any point. Oh, I know the pastor talked to you, pal. He talked to you a lot, and you guys had a lot of disagreements and a lot of friction because you were destroying your life and embarrassing your family, and he tried to stop you from that.
Also, you know what's actually really crazy about what he's doing right now? He knows for a fact, and so do we with the police reports, right? And the fucking pastor, what he said, and all the other people who came out. We know for a fact that he wasn't washing his kids, the laundry, this, that, the other, the polycule, all this crazy shit, right? He is literally right now blaming religion on why his kids weren't taken care of. They actually were. They were actually the most fucking privileged kids on the block. No, they weren't, first of all. Secondly, you're blaming Jesus on that? Like,
well, and that's
crazy.
Brad Schrock brings up the pastor did a sermon alluding to his bullshit where he said, like, will you have time to repent? Will you know when Jesus got? No one knows the day or the hour. And you might have been a Christian and have fallen from grace and be in a condition where you're not saved when Christ returns. So are you prepared? And that's what he was saying to him. And then, like, the next week he got arrested. He wasn't prepared. He was living his life wrong. And the police found that.
He's a piece of shit, dude.
Thing. I think he's an absolutely terrible human.
What?
Not one thing.
Yeah, he's saying the pastor's
I
a
think
terrible
he's an absolutely terrible human.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure the pastor is way worse than you, the fucking crackhead. The literal crackhead.
Uh-huh. He's the terrible person for trying to help you be a better person. What a horrible man.
And protect people, protect the kids.
What a horrible man for trying to help your kids get a meal in clean clothes.
Isn't it just like a dirty addict to fucking blame everyone? And again, we're talking about not only blaming people, but religion, he's probably a horrible person. I bet you my fucking left nut, he's done more like this week for people than you've done in your whole life, Nick. You fucking leech. You leech off your parents. You leech off off their fucking generosity. You leeched off everyone. Off every other YouTuber for views. Fuck you, Nick. You F-slur piece of shit.
I just thought he was a mediocre pastor before, but he
always
seems
yeah.
Oh, okay.
But people show you the truth about them.
So, but why are you going to the church of a mediocre pastor to begin with? Like, if the guy is such a terrible person and so mediocre and so low level, then why did you put him in charge of teaching your kids? Why did they go there to be schooled and be homeschooled, then go to a public school? If that pastor is so bad and the program that he has installed there is so bad. It's an absolute cope, buddy. You're absolutely coping, and it's pathetic.
Not the only words I've said to that pastor. I said, where was my family's pastor?
What?
And no one believes him, by the way. There's not a single soul out there who believes this. Blame it on everyone else. Everyone else's fault, not the fucking 29 grams of fucking coke, you fucking crackhead. And by the way, it wasn't just coke. It was cat. They're doing Molly, probably like fucking crack and meth and shit. Like,
God even knows. Nobody knows. Like, there was weird brown substance that they couldn't test positive on. Anyway, okay, we got more. There's so much more.
Maybe use the bathroom real quick.
All right, go take a piss.
All right. Do we have any donos, by the way?
Let me have a look. Let me see.
We have some donos. People were saying
we got Crusader Pengu for 4. Says Rekieta went to law school ranked number 198 out of 200 according to ILRG, and number 164 out of 178 according to U.S. News. One of the easiest law schools to get into, with some of the worst bar passage rates and employment rates in the country. Well, then you wonder why the guy never had any business of his own. Like, Rekieta had, I think, maybe 3 cases. I don't know exactly, but I'm going to say for sake of argument, he had about 3 cases where I believe in all of them he defended drunk drivers, and he lost all of them. Like, that's the extent of his work on Rekieta Law. At no point did Rekieta Law, a small family-based firm in rural Minnesota, ever sustain him or his family, ever actually put food on the table for his kids. It never had enough business to support itself. It was his trust fund from his parents that paid for his bills, that put food on his children's plate, that put a roof over his head. He was never a functioning full-time lawyer, and then he transitioned into being an internet lawyer. And all of his internet theories were always fucking wrong as well. The odd time he had correct takes, you know, but that was just by following what everybody else on the right wing said. Whenever he came out on his own to hypothesize about anything, and the key one we can all remember is the Vic Mignogna case. Vic wasn't going to sue. Rekieta convinced him to sue, convinced him it was a slam dunk, convinced him to hire his family friend, Ty Beard, who had no specialization in defamation law whatsoever, was a contract lawyer. They shystered fucking Vic. Thousands of dollars in legal fees to Ty Beard. Fuck, they just screwed him. And now Vic owes, I think, $400,000 fucking dollars because he lost this case. He might have won if he got a real lawyer. But Nick Rekieta fucked him. And even until the bitter end, when Vic Mignogna was fucking up briefings, forgetting papers, remember? He forgot the briefing when he went to court. It was so obvious they were going to fucking lose. And he still kept saying, we're going to win, we're going to win, we're going to win. And he lost. It was a total failure. That's who this guy is. It's no wonder he came from one of the lowest ranking law schools in the entire country. It's no wonder he never had any clientele, never any good business. He never had any good takes. It all adds up.
Alrighty. What a fucking show so far. Let's keep going. Where are we? Alrighty.
All right, so now he's going to see that Sean.
No, not Sean.
Sean literally did nothing wrong other than defend this guy for even a second or ever think this guy was his friend. That's all Sean's ever done wrong. Now Rekieta's going to see that Sean for God knows what reason. Let's hear.
Alrighty.
Is that a sandwich for Sean? No, I don't have 2 loaves of bread.
Whoa! Zing! What is Zing King? He doesn't have 2 loaves of bread to make the sandwiches for Sean. So you get it? Because Sean's fat. Well, I would sooner be fat like Sean than be a fucking cuckold, baldo-wearing, drug-addicted, criminally charged loser like you, bud.
Isn't he in a happy
all day,
marriage
all night.
and shit too?
Yeah, I mean, Sean actually is a lawyer. Sean actually has clients. Sean actually practices the profession for which he went to school. And so far as I know, isn't a trust fund Nepo baby bum.
Or crackhead.
There you go.
Fucking nerd. There's one.
Sean has won a
Oh,
case.
he's a nerd.
He's a nerd.
But he, like...
I'm going to paint my models. Yeah, have fun. What a loser.
Well, at least his hobby
Wait a minute.
is
He's
painting
talking about
models.
painting models. This guy has Warhammer 40K books.
Yeah.
He spent thousands getting the rare Warhammer books. He paints Warhammer models. Are you fucking... He's done this on stream. Rekieta's done this on stream like it can be found. What is he talking? Yes, he did it with Sargon.
Isn't, though, being a nerd who paints whatever Warhammer models or whatever the hell, isn't that better than being a cokehead? You
People
fucking
are bringing
idiot.
stuff up in chat. This guy wants to talk about nerds and shit. You filmed yourself getting stepped on by like 5 women at a convention.
Right?
It's pretty nerd-like, bro. You went to a comic convention and got stepped on by anime girls. That sounds pretty nerdy to me, bro.
You know?
He was a cheerleader in college. He was a cheerleader, for fuck's sake.
Start remembering, like, all these people are actually...
You just can't even remember it all. The guy wore women's clothes.
You know?
He wore a skirt and thigh-high socks and pretended to be an e-girl dressed as Sailor Moon.
just losers, and the internet made them forget that they were. And they should.
That's
all be
who you are.
I mean, you can't
That's
shove him
who
into a
you are. You are a nerd and a loser, just like all of us. And the internet made you forget that's what you were. Never forget where you came from, which he hasn't, which is why he's projecting this onto everybody. Just full on projection. Shoved in a locker. Has anybody ever seen this happen? I have never actually seen it happen in real life.
No.
Has anybody ever seen somebody get shoved in a locker?
Yes,
like,
I did.
The lockers at my high
I did.
school were way too small, but it was he wanted to go in, right?
Yeah, it was like for like a prank, but then no one let him out. Like, it was like a joke. No one let him out until like the teachers heard him like knocking.
You have to be pretty small to get in the locker.
He was
to
tiny,
begin with.
yeah. He was a small guy, yeah.
Go back
And it was like
to
a double locker, you know, like not like the half lockers.
where they were. Can you imagine that 700-pound oaf? You ever listen to one of his boring ass streams? He sits there, he's like,
Buddy, you were a
He's
part of
better,
his.
but
You
he's
were
better
part of
than
his-
you.
Buddy, Rekieta calling somebody else boring and low energy.
Exactly.
Rekieta's terrible. He was always carried by having a panel of 10 other
was
people to
about
fill dead air.
You guys, when we look back at his highlights, right? The Depp trial, the fucking the Kyle Rittenhouse, all that, there was always 10 other lawyers there. It wasn't entertaining because Rekieta, he was the host. It was like Tonka Saw. Kumite wasn't popular because Tonka Saw. It was because Jim was there, I was there, everyone was there, right? So stop acting like you were like the top, dude.
Anna, 16 grams of Bolivian blow. He'll like say these expressions that he's either made up or stolen from some shitty book. And he acts like he's cool, like, you know, he's done all this stuff and he's got this
Pause.
experience. He's a criminal.
I don't think Sean acts like he's cool. Do you?
No.
Like, is Sean wearing sunglasses, buying fucking Ford Mustangs that he puts vanity law pope plates on?
You know?
You know what I
Exactly,
mean?
yeah.
Like, what are you talking about,
Like, Sean,
Rekieta?
are you here? Do you
This
hear
is just
this?
projection from you. Sean is like very uncool. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to be like, but he is like, he's not trying to be cool.
Not in
he's
a bad
trying,
way. Not in a
he's
bad
trying.
way.
No, what it is he's a professional.
Yes,
He's
exactly.
trying to be a lawyer. Lawyers are not really known for being cool. You know what I mean? Like, being a lawyer is usually like a very boring, very mundane professional thing. At least most real life lawyers. Now, the image of like high-powered lawyers on TV that Rekieta wishes he was is what he tries to be and tries to be cool. But Sean is a real-life lawyer who has real-life cases, which he's actually won.
I think Sean is cooler than fucking Nick. You know, because he's professional. He actually, like,
Yeah.
you know, he's cooler than you, Nick. You're a bum, dude.
Defense attorney, but it's like, no, look at him. He's just a model painting fat nerd, which is fine. It's
Oh,
probably
is it fine? Everything's fine. I love him. I wish you $1 million.
Where did this come from?
Oh, because
This
he's
nerd
seething
thing.
because Sean's doing well in his fucking life. That's why. It's seethed.
you want defending you, honestly. You probably don't want me. I'll probably ruin something for you, but
You ruined everything. He's right about that. He is right
No,
about
but
that.
he thinks he's the Adam ruins everything. Like, he's just so smart and so enlightened that he just drops these pearls of wisdom that make people upset because they can't handle his righteous
Oh,
truth.
yeah. He's so
Like,
smart that we
what
don't get
That's
it.
what he thinks, right? Oh, yeah, I just offended you, didn't I? Triggered. Like, this is his mentality. It's fucking retarded.
Yeah, man. You're winning.
he's fine with that. But stop trying to, like, pretend to be cool. Because that's...
Does he pretend to be cool?
Is that what people want from a lawyer, is for them to be cool, or do they want somebody who's competent?
Listen, if I turn on a Sean stream and he's wearing a leather jacket and sunglasses, okay, maybe Rekieta is making a point, but he's not. He's not
is just so
bonzing
weird.
it up. Hey, I'm
Concerned
Sean.
over whether a grown-ass man in their middle age, like in their 40s and 50s, is
Yeah,
cool.
exactly.
Like, there comes a time when there are things more important than being cool,
Not in
like
high school or college, like
your family, or like, you know, like actually like being a
Making
professional,
money.
and not having your life fall apart completely and be criminally charged. Like,
Yeah.
being cool, it doesn't really matter at all.
no.
That's weird. You're not cool. We can all see you. But he does...
Are you cool?
He thinks.
I guess he thinks he is.
And then all of a sudden he's like, Nick, you got caught with blah, blah, blah.
Let him cope.
Okay.
Miss is potentially criminal.
Has gifted 5
Oh,
subs.
that's Sean's wife. Let's go.
Can't be the real Sean's wife.
I don't know. Maybe.
Like, I'm sorry.
Probably. Honestly.
Does that affect you? Please tell me more about it. All
I
these little
wonder if
bitches
she's
singing
jealous of Lady Rekieta that,
Wait.
you know,
Let me just open up
He
a
gets
separate
cheated on
tab here.
publicly in an insane polycule. I'm sure she's really jealous of that. She just wants. Wouldn't she rather have a cool husband who cheats on her with fucking Minnesota Ford?
Yeah, I'm sure, right?
You really want a cool husband that does cocaine and destroys his business and loses all his money and potentially goes to jail. It makes sense, yeah.
By the way, I was told to check the vape. People are saying in
didn't
chat.
inhale?
He didn't inhale. You saw that?
I don't know. Whoa, he didn't inhale. I don't know. Like,
that's a real nitpick right there, isn't it?
Whining and crying at me. My friend, I'm worried about. No, you aren't. They never were. There's
they actually were, right? Like, it would be better for them. And this, like, all of the law tubers wanted Rekieta to stay afloat because he helped them.
Yeah.
When they went on his show or he went on their show, it helped everybody. So, of course, they wanted you to succeed. And, of course, to a certain degree, they all swept for you, hoping that you would clean up your act and say the right things and do the right things to get everything back on track. But at every single turn, you did the wrong things. And one by one, they all put down their brooms, picked up a pitchfork, and made money off your stupid ass.
Yep.
That's what happened.
Exactly.
Friend, I'm worried about. No, you
By
aren't.
the way, we also had a few of them on, and a lot of them, there was pushback.
Yes.
Right? Even Sean was like, I hope that he could make, we're like, I don't know, Sean, I don't know. But they still, were trying. They were trying to help you. You fucking idiot.
They never were. There's 3 or 4 people out there who are actually concerned for me from jump, have stayed concerned with me because they're actually friends. The rest most people are just neutral, which is perfectly acceptable.
But you can tell it's not.
Why does it have to be
you can
acceptable?
Tell, unless you're actively sweeping for him, he doesn't like you.
Yeah.
He only likes Dick Masterson, EVS, and Ralph. That's pretty much it. That's what he's talking about.
EVS, we covered it. It was so sarcastic. And by the way, during EVS's pill stream last night, okay? He's like, listen, I don't get drunk all the time. I'm not a drunk like Rekieta. He starts shitting on Rekieta, calling Rekieta. He's like, listen, I'm not Rekieta status right now. EVS, drunk off his ass, is shitting on Rekieta. It's clear. It's sarcasm, dude. It's clear now.
A couple of people are overtly hostile for no fucking reason.
But in his mind, being overtly hostile is just joking about it. In his mind, being overtly hostile is just making fun of him in any way. Or saying anything that isn't a full-on sweep is, evil. That's what he's talking about.
Yep.
And I don't know how he can expect people to defend his behavior. Yellow Flash disavowed his behavior, and he just lost his mind at Yellow Flash. But what do you expect people to do? Because you don't give an alternative explanation at all. You claim that there's an alternative explanation. You claim that everybody should trust the plan about your daughter testing positive for cocaine. You did it again. No, you did. He did it again during this stream. But you say, I have to keep it secret. Well, it all just sounds like cope. So when public figures are getting pressed by their audience, hey, do you support this guy's behavior? Or are you going to sweep for him? Or do you say it's bad? And you give them nothing to work with? And just tell them, loyalty to the Baldo Pope alone should be enough, and expect other people to go down with you, other people to defend your behavior and look stupid? That's unreasonable and insane.
Yep.
I was never, ever rude to them or bad to them. But man, were they just waiting for the opportunity to really show the world how much they needed to make me wrong about something.
But you are wrong. It's easy to tell, by the way.
Man.
He's a fucking retard, bro. All right, here we go.
So now he's going to see about legal mindset.
No, not legal mindset. Legal
all in a row, we're getting through all these seeds.
Yep.
I didn't watch the video, but legal mindset, it's why people stopped interacting with Nick Rekieta. It's I stopped inviting people on my show because I couldn't reliably say I would be on a given night. I think you guys remember
what?
Before I got arrested, my schedule was very erratic and I was canceling a lot of shows. I think it's obvious now I was dealing with a maniac.
What?
Yeah,
Who-
the
who's he
maniac
bla-
was yourself. Like
Yeah, wait, who's he
are the
blaming
maniac.
this on now?
He's blaming Aaron Imholte, but then moments later he's gonna blame himself being sick.
Oh
So
my! Well, yes,
we're
mine.
still going. We're still going with the cope, where he was sick for all of those shows.
Oh, the
and he wasn't-
174 degree.
Yeah, and he wasn't on drugs at all. The fever was totally real. That would have given him brain damage at 107 degrees or whatever. It's like, bro, just stop lying. Stop blaming other people. Like, this is crazy.
As part of it, and I was genuinely sick. When I said I was sick, I was genuinely sick. That was never a lie, not once.
It was a lie every time. Are you serious? When he says he was sick, he was generally maybe sick from drugs.
Yeah, he was
like
sick from
hungover,
drugs, yeah.
like when you missed the court for April's speeding ticket or parking ticket or whatever it was. Yeah, I think you were hungover then. But like, he still wants us to believe this. He still wants us to believe this nonsense. Like, just come clean. Just come clean, dude.
You're on a bender. You're on a fucking ketamine, whiskey, coke bender. We know.
man.
We know.
You know, to be known. But that being said,
How about don't bring this up instead of lying about it? Just don't say anything. Move on.
like I stopped inviting people on the show because I couldn't promise to actually show up to my own show.
What?
That's why.
Isn't that
That's
crazy?
wild.
He couldn't promise to show up to his own show. Maybe that did have something to do with the fact nobody wanted to work with you anymore because you couldn't be reliable and professional and to show up, even to your own show, let alone their shows. Like,
People
what the
stopped
fuck?
That's a self-felt, isn't it?
It really is.
interacting with me. Legal Mindset can make up whatever reason he wants. I stopped interacting with him because he's a fucking nerd. He's sitting here selling this like,
What
oh,
a
here's how you
fucking
go
loser.
be a big swinging dick in Asia. It's like, why? Because you couldn't
But
in the
hey,
U.S.
listen,
What's wrong?
listen, in an alternate timeline, guaranteed, Rekieta would have moved to Southeast Asia.
Yep.
Like if in an alternate timeline where Lady Racket said, no, I won't be doing the cocaine, and no, I won't be taking the Baldo, and you've lost it, and I'm taking the kids, he would have absolutely fled the divorce rape to Southeast Asia and talked about how badass he was fucking prostitutes. Like, there's an alternate time. It may still happen. It may be in the future where he's hanging out in Southeast Asia doing the exact same shit. By the way, look at him here. What's going on? Is he drooling from his mouth?
Yeah.
Like, what is that? It's like snot all over his fucking lips and mouth, his blowhole.
Ash, look at this. Is this not comically like, oh my god, look at that pause?
Buddy. He looks like Asian, or his eyes are swollen shut.
It's like he's in Mike Tyson's Punch Out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wrong with
Totally
you?
sober,
Oh, wait.
bud.
Yo, what's up, Texas Wench?
Look at you. There's tons wrong with you. First of all, you're a fucking nerd. Second of all, you're not actually interesting or entertaining. Third of all, you're not attractive.
Get some more viewers, but you're not attractive to what? Is this like
I mean, listen, like, to who? Like, I don't know. I don't want to be gay. He's probably better looking than you are at this point. Like, he looks a bit more clean cut and professional. I mean, we're talking about
No
like
homo,
what middle-aged lawyer is more handsome? Like, who gives a fuck? This is so gay.
Stop. Listen, we want to be gay, but
You're not a slayer of women like he portrays to be. It's fucking hilarious that he's out there like teaching guys how to do guy shit. It's like, bro, look, anybody can look at you and just tell that whatever you're selling is not a healthy product, man. Skull Eater, he's not a lawyer with
like
I don't even
everything
know
he
what
says,
like, it
everything he
destroys
says,
himself.
It's like deflect, like reflect.
And we got Pig Riser for a sub.
Yeah, let's go. Let's get a sub train going. Choo choo. But everything he says is like he's talking to a mirror. If this was him talking into a mirror, you'd believe it.
money. He's tall and has good hair, sort of, except he walks with a
What?
really
What are you
about how he's
talking about?
tall and how he has good hair? What?
Okay.
awkward
What?
limp when you meet him in person. Kind of takes away from that tallness.
He limps? Listen, buddy, after the black bucks are done with you in the jail, you might be limping as well, bro. Look at how felted he is there. This is the guy talking about how handsome he is. He's so old. He's so ghoulish and gaunt and disheveled, man. Just stop. Talking
And
about
he's got
some
the
guy's
lazy butt.
limp.
You're limp-dicked. This guy's limp.
You know, he's
bro.
not a limp dick. He's Baldo. Baldo!
Holy.
Come on.
He looks like almost in his 50s now.
Yes.
Minus the white hair.
He's
like,
aged a good, 6-7. You can start to see it salt and pepper a bit,
Yeah.
can't you?
Yeah.
Look at, there's gray in there, man.
wow.
Fucking eye. Scanning for the government or whatever at all times. Looking for his debt collectors.
Based. Fuck that. Fuck the people who collect it. Based.
Based.
Whoa, oh no, the libertarians won't like a guy who's scamming debt. What? What next you're gonna tell me he cheats the Uncle Sam out of money? Don't sell me on Legal Minds. I was already watching, bro. Like, what are you doing?
Holy. All right. Steel-toed seethe. Wow.
I know there's a snake.
Another one. Another one. Another one.
Another one.
Snaky retard out there.
Oh, who is it?
I know there's a snaky retard out there who's told a bunch of stories about my life.
That was on our show.
Yeah.
One day friend I get to talk to.
No, but pause. Why
What?
would he want to talk about it?
Yeah.
This is what I don't understand is it's like you should want all of this to disappear and go away as quietly as possible. So you're telling me, Rekieta, that one day you're going to talk openly about how you and fucking Aaron used to have gay sex, or how your balls used to touch his chin while you played Twister, or whatever degenerate sex acts you did where one of you was tied up whipping the other one, or your wives were whipping you. No, you're are you though? It's just full on kamikaze Feltoning. Just shut your fucking mouth.
No,
it doesn't make sense.
No, Nick, do it. I think it's a great idea. In fact,
Potentially criminal has gifted 5 subs.
I told you that was him and his wife.
here's
Yeah,
the
what's
other
going on,
thing,
Sean?
too.
That's Sean, by the way, everyone. Check him out on YouTube. Go ahead.
Here's the other thing too. Who is gonna believe your stories, Nick? You've already established you're a lying liar who lies. When you're breathing, you're lying, man. And easily disprovable lies, like a child's lies, don't even make sense. But yet we're gonna believe your stories about Aaron. You know what? I will, because they're probably funny. It's probably funny as fuck. The shit you and Kayla and April and everybody's got to say. I hope you all write books about it so I can laugh myself till I piss my pants.
The audiobook
tell
that
you
we
the
cover? More
Oh,
like
man.
potentially dick suck'em is more like it.
Man.
What's up, Sean? How you doing, bro? Nice to see you, man.
And I have a bunch of stories about your life.
Whoa!
Whoa! The Freudian slip! Freudian
I'm
slip!
sure you do got a bunch of stories of his wife.
I got a bunch of stories about your wife, Aaron. What do you think about that?
He's Ralph.
Oh,
Ralph from Maxing.
oh man.
A bunch of stories about your life.
Wife and
Tell you
life.
now, does it hurt your case?
Yeah.
Wait,
no,
what?
your life.
Listen to this.
Can I tell you now, does it hurt your case? No, I don't want to do anything that could potentially influence the testimony of a potential state witness.
So it would hurt your case.
What's he-
You go, no, it wouldn't hurt my case. It would just influence the testimony of someone in my case, so it would hurt your case. Wait, what is wrong with him? What is wrong with him? He can't even structure a sentence properly.
Is he drunk?
One sentence defeats the other. Well, it sounds like it.
Yeah.
So any of those stories will just have to wait until all that.
It's
legal
basically, yeah, and
ramifications
ScanCunt goes, isn't that witness tampering?
Yes.
You're basically blackmailing and threatening a witness in your own criminal case And you think because it's on locals, it doesn't matter? Maybe that's why he's flagging down illicit clips.
Oh, shit. You're right. Yikes. That is fully illegal to do. Yeah. Oh, my God. Aaron, try opening your mouth and we'll see what happens. That's blackmail and extortion. All right, here we go. The kids shit. All right, we're on the kids.
When anyone who thinks that I gave cocaine to my child or that my child actually ingested any cocaine is fucking retarded. And you should.
But why?
We? Is the test retarded?
So that's the thing is, there was a test that says that she did test positive. We're believing the test.
We're not believing you, Nick.
Why does that make somebody retarded to believe an objective chemical test as opposed to a lying liar who lies?
Yeah.
Notice how he'll lie right now. He's going to say they never retested, which they did. Anytime that there's a positive test on it, immediately retest.
Well, also, if it wasn't you giving coke to your kid, I mean, the best possible situation would be you left coke out and your kid took it or like licked it or something, okay? And either way, it's still really horrible and you're a fucking retard who should head to jail, okay? Nick?
You should kill yourself.
Piece of shit.
He thinks that we should kill
Unironically.
ourselves.
Maybe.
So he
He
just said that everybody who believes the objective facts as opposed to his lies, should kill themselves. That's what he said.
Great. Yeah.
Yeah, a little tired of that one.
Worst case,
Well,
the kid boofed it.
I mean, listen, like you say you're tired of it, but you let that happen. So it's gonna haunt you until the day you die, man. Or until you can come up with an explanation that actually makes sense and isn't just trust me, bro. You know?
Yeah. By the way, the amount of auto mod that had to happen.
I mean, by the way, him here, yeah, he did. Nick just confirmed the test is real, the results are real, and the government has the results. Like that, it's true.
Yeah.
And that's what he's confirming in this clip.
Well, Ash, no one is like is thinking they fucking made it up.
Well, this didn't come out of thin air.
You
It
know?
wasn't like we just like said Ralph has mouth aids or some shit. Like, no, this came from court documents.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Oh, you did this. No, I didn't. And when we found out about the test, we demanded a retest. We asked them, please, like, help us figure this out.
There was a retest. We read that.
There was.
The state refused.
Does he forget that all the court documents are
It's all public.
public?
The state refused
Tim Poodle for a sub. Let's go. Big support. Thank you, guys.
to retest the child. We believe there was some sort of error in the testing process. Also,
How the
But
fuck
why?
do you fuck
But
that
you
up?
know, like you go, we believe based on what? Based on what that there was an error?
You know?
You know, like because there was cocaine in the house. Like, you know, what's more likely, bro?
well, there's something to cover at trial if it comes down to it as well about that. But
Why don't you just tell
eventually
us?
probably talk-
Why don't you just clear your name then? It's because you don't have it and you're using this whole legal process as a smokescreen to say that you can't talk about it, but you're more than willing to talk about every other aspect of the case in intimate detail. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you know?
And
So, like, what
Aaron.
makes it any different?
talk about publicly, but for now it's got to remain under wraps. But let's just say that there's an alternative explanation.
But what is it?
The one
Like,
What could it
like-
be?
I mean, there was like an alternative explanation to OJ killing Nicole Simpson as well. Was it good? No. It somehow worked. Maybe it'll work, Baldo. But like, you're not black, so probably not, bro. So the alternative is yes, the Kenda Yohai Sheriff's Department, the pastor, Joe Biden, everybody, Officer Sweep, fucking Officer Felt. All these people work together in a coordinated conspiracy to disenfranchise Nick Rekieta because he was a threat to the democratic process or some shit.
The
Or
sister-in-law.
we can just believe that the sister-in-law, like, and then he's coped about that too. But we're supposed to believe that happened, rather than Rekieta was just an alcoholic cokehead idiot in a polycule who fucked up and his daughter got exposed to cocaine because he was an irresponsible cokehead alcoholic. You know, like, what do you think we're gonna believe?
Right.
Explanation that makes the least sense is the one that the test says occurred. Yeah, Mr. Media.
Was he eating the whole time?
No, you hear what he just said? He says the explanation that makes the most sense is the one that occurred. Is that what he said?
Wait.
I must have heard that wrong.
Was he eating the whole time? This entire, like, every cut, it's like...
Look in his eyes there. That's a sober man.
But Ash, is he eating the whole time?
Yeah, he eats the entire time. It's performative eating. So he's trying to show everybody how healthy he is by eating. But most people don't eat like their entire live stream. They usually eat before or after the stream.
Or during if it's a long stream, but like for one little section. Not from start to fucking finish.
The explanation. But the one explanation that makes the least sense is the one that the test says occurred.
Okay.
Wait.
No, okay. So he's saying...
Yeah, no, you're...
Least, so yeah, he's saying
it's
the
the
likely
least.
explanation is his kid ingesting the cocaine. But no, it is the simplest explanation. The simplest explanation is how cocaine got into your daughter's system is that she ingested cocaine because you had cocaine laying around the house, man.
But the way he said it, though, is retarded. He goes, the least believable explanation is what are you going to say? Like, that there was coke on the fucking tester's hand by accident when they were... Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Medicare Masochist for $25.
Let's get some money.
Says, Nick told Aaron he used cocaine and stimulants because he felt they helped with ADHD.
Yeah.
His daughter was the only kid with difficult ADHD. It's not a stretch when coke was in the house. That's the thing, man. Like,
that's what we
and we haven't even really been saying that because it's like so dark and so fucked up. But like, I really think it could be the case.
He microdosed it?
Because Aaron raised objections. He's like, man, should we really be doing all this cocaine? And Rekieta prepared a PowerPoint presentation and made Aaron sit at a desk with the chair attached to it. And he actually went through a 45-minute PowerPoint presentation with Aaron on the health benefits of cocaine. I'm not kidding. Aaron told that story. It was an actual Microsoft PowerPoint presentation, 45 minutes long. He had a clicker, and he presented it with a yardstick he would point with.
Wait, so here's some news I have from behind the scenes from Sean here. He goes, did you hear the hot goss that KC, that us and him are working for Aaron? So Nick is trying to say that we together with Sean.
For a guy infinitely poorer than us with much smaller audiences. He's the guy pulling the strings.
Are you kidding me? We've been so critical of Aaron.
We made Aaron look like a total idiot for like 3 hours on an interview because we were working for him.
Stop. And then he goes...
Aaron's broke is fucking a joke. Like, stop it.
He faked Stonos, right? He admitted it.
Oh, my God. He paid us with a Stoney's cash. We got the Stoney's bucks, buddy.
We have drink tickets, right? He's got all this secret evidence, says Sean. He's going to bust things wide open, Ashton, but he has to wait until the last minute for some reason.
Right.
Thoughts?
Any day now. Any day now.
Oh, we got a drop here from Spectre saying, oh, here we go.
Drop from Spectre? no, not a drop. What is it, 2019? Okay. Yeah,
this is actually good. This is good. All right, let me, like 2019, like Spectre. A wild Spectre has appeared. You check out the replay here. I'm gonna shut it on screen. Look at the replay because it's on a separate, like, Twitter DM.
All right.
So check that out when it pops up.
I kind of want to see how this would play out in a Rekieta Law versus Alyssa lawsuit over DMCA. With the ruling in Hughes versus Benjamin, Sargon won that, right?
Yep.
One can argue that the title and clipping she does is quintessential fair use. In any case, this is bitch-made bullshit. Spectre says you sat on your ass and played wishy-washy with Farron copyright striking Divinity because Farron was a friend and refused to call it out for what it was, and now you're making these threats. Fuck that shit. And all Rekieta can do is seethe. Fuck you, Spectre.
Oh!
Bring it up, Spectre Dub.
Spectre Dub.
Spectre W.
Spectre.
JMK felt it again.
Oh,
Sup with John?
This is so fucking jokes. Hang on, let me just do one thing here.
Sup with John Michael Kelly? There's like 4 people who understand what I'm talking about. Spectre.
Buddy, guys, that's like lore. That's lore. All right, let's keep going here. And by the way, thank you everyone who's supporting, man. Like over 3,700 still watching at 4 hours in. Wow. Shout outs, Casino.
Mr. Miyagi, Dick is suspicious of anything that doesn't make sense. That test doesn't make sense.
Come on.
Wait, are we taking Dick
Masterson's word? He's like, Dick Masterson is suspicious of anything that doesn't make sense. 90% of what Dick says himself doesn't make any sense, bro.
90?
Like most of
We're like 95.
And you know what I mean? I'm being somewhat charitable, but come on.
You mean the guy who's co-host with a pedophile? You mean the drug addict?
He called out himself for soliciting 13-year-olds, and now the clip has come out of the 13-year-old that Vito brought to Dick. We should have covered that, actually.
What happened?
Well, remember Vito brought the 13-year-old to Dick? Mm-hmm. So there's actually video footage of the 13-year-old interacting with Dick and telling Dick that she's 13 at the Comic-Con convention or whatever.
Yikes. What is happening, dude?
We wanted to know what happened, right? Lady Raggets and I wanted to know what happened because that's our child and we had concerns.
You left Coke out. You left Coke out. Like Coke
I wouldn't be surprised if it was a medicinal dosing, though. I mean,
I'm being as charitable as possible, though.
It's more likely that both of those things happened than that the tests were all bullshit.
Yeah.
And we know it didn't happen. But that's not the only false test.
Was he doing a line here?
False test that's happened in this case, so it's crazy.
Wait, he's doing a line on camera. Now listen, Andy, if you did that, everyone would say you did a line.
Buddy, do you remember?
Let's be fair, he just did a line. He just ducked down and did it right then and there on camera.
You know what was so funny? When I was texting my girlfriend, and I went like this, and I threw my phone, Ralph accused me that I was chopping Coke up, and I put the tray down. Like, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, there it is, guys. There's me.
By the way, let me just say this. Literally all of the kid shit is bogus. All of it.
Okay, I'm glad you said that,
Anything.
but there's no proof for any of that. There is proof, there's witnesses that came forward, like the pastor and stuff, saying that your kids smelled bad and said that, they weren't eating and they were hungry. And then when the police came to your house, they said there were piles of dirty clothes all over the place. And your daughter asked the cop for a new change of clothes. And apparently all of this is on body cam. So if it's bullshit, if you just release the body cam, we'll find out, right? But, we're just supposed to trust him on blind faith and not trust, the objective evidence that we have.
You know what N2 Shocker says in chat? He goes, this is what Andy would be like if he never bounced back. Very true. But also, when I was doing drugs, I didn't have 5 kids. I wasn't on Netflix. I didn't have things, you know what I mean? Right? People always slip and fall off the wagon, but he actually had responsibilities that were very important that were outside of him. And secondly, people gave him 1,000,001 chances. How many times was he blackout drunk on fucking stream? People were coming to him. Sean said, I came to him, I went to him and go, is everything okay? People were asking him. He had a chance to bounce back, but no, triple down. By the way, he's about to see that us pretty bad soon.
That's the next clip. Yeah.
Kids are like hungry or like dirty or stinky or whatever. Any of those reports, those are all fucking false. None of that happened. None of that was true.
But you admit that there was no food in the house. Like, he's admitted.
His lawyer was texting him. Did you hear that?
All fucking false. None of that happened.
His lawyer's texting him, what the fuck are you doing up at 4:30 talking about this?
It's true. People make a big deal out of my
Yeah, I know, and there's a literal filth stack behind him as he says all of this. And he admits during this stream that there's clothes still, dirty clothes all over the house, so nothing has really changed. But he's gonna pretend like, oh no, that's bullshit. Just trust me, bro.
Sorry, 1 sec. There we go.
People make a big deal out of my 6-year-old. Asking the
Someone's
police
asking
officers.
353 days fully sober.
People make a big deal out of my 6-year-old asking an officer for change of clothes.
Oh man, what a big deal!
Well,
No shit.
Why shouldn't they when those other accusations about your kids not having clean clothes are out there, bro? It corroborates the whole thing. People make a big deal out of this evidence that proves I'm full of shit.
Right?
Help her get clean clothes. They're like, see? This dirty child. It's like, no, she had just woken up for the day. She was still in pajamas.
What about the fucking all the reports? Again, we're just like spinning our fucking tires in the mud. Let's just go.
Let's see the body cam.
A lot of what we're saying is like, yeah, but again, it's just us repeating. It just feels like we're in Groundhog's Day, dude.
Oh, I know, because we are. Because it's just him telling the same lies, and then us confronting it with evidence and truth, and then him lying again, and then us correcting it, and then him lying again, and us correcting it. And that's just how it keeps going and going and going on an infinite cycle forever.
Dude.
She needed to change into clean clothes because our kids do wear clean clothes.
By the way, someone's texting him. Is this April texting him like, hey, I'm going to phone the dealer for the next batch? Like, you know what I mean? Who's texting him at 5 in the fucking morning? Who?
All that shit.
Aaron said the kids were filthy. Yeah, like,
It's
listen.
entirely fake.
No one believes him. Let's just we're all on the same page and no one believes him. Good.
The amount of money spent on food in this house.
Run it back 5 seconds. Why? What happened?
Clothes. So, all that shit was entirely fake. The amount of money spent on food in this house, yeah.
Well, the
They-
amount
they were
that
not
was
real.
spent when you had a nanny to go out and do it for you while you were on your benders and drugs, but then she got tired of the benders and drugs and stopped bringing in the food. And when that happened, you were spending over $3,000 a month on snacks alone. So it's just complete like indulgence and luxurious waste as you thought the money train and gravy train of YouTube would go on forever, but you destroyed it through your own selfish and short-sighted activity.
I have a theory. I bet you it wasn't snacks. I bet you he was using this amount of money on like how much he was spending on drugs.
Well, no, it was $20K a month on cocaine. That's what Camelot said.
That's wild. I think that's like no, I spent way less on coke over the entirety of me doing it over a couple of years.
Like you weren't doing it for 3 people. And
Yeah,
more.
true. Fair enough. Yeah.
They can all
Still 3 people, $20K a month.
Well,
20K a month?
apparently he had like cars coming in and out all the time. Like who the fuck knows?
for themselves. It's insane. But hey, that's
I
how
have
it
a
goes.
feeling this court case is gonna be more wild than we think. Something's
yeah.
gonna drop that we're gonna be like, wait, what happened? Like
He's
Diddy
performing-
party style.
All right, we got now. He's gonna see that he tries so hard to be funny and witty here, so hard, and he just fails. Watch this. Watch what he says. It logically makes no fucking sense. Proves that he's low IQ, and it also shows he's just a tryhard. By the way, just the mere thought of Kino Casino puts this look on his face. It looks like he's trying to pass a kidney stone. Like he's trying to pass a cope stone right now through his urethra, and it's the cope of how he's not felt it. And he's going to seethe so hard, he actually seethes about the word felt. I'm not even kidding.
Okay. Here we go.
Go on the Kino Casino. Okay, yeah. Two fucking
Oh,
Freeze?
no.
It froze for a second.
Crashed it.
just the mere like mention of our show title, his internet glitched. You know, like the seed internally was so strong, he glitched.
Two fucking loser Canadians with a combined IQ that's lower than the average calories in a bite that PPP takes.
Okay, so this makes no sense.
What a mouthful that was to begin with, buddy. What a whopper, pal.
But it doesn't make sense.
So hard, but if you even think about what he just said and break it down, it makes less sense than the cop at Denny's joke. Maybe that's a bit of gilding the lily because that's a real whopper. So he says that our combined IQ is lower than a bite of what PPP eats. Now, if you think about it, a bite of what PPP eats, because I'm so fat, would be very high calorie. So if our combined IQ is at the level of a bite of the food, we'd be very high IQ.
We'd be 200 IQ each.
It doesn't even make any fucking sense. It doesn't make any sense, man. What is he talking about? You know?
No, thank you. Andy Borski can get fucked.
Like, you know, he might stutter, but you have legit holes in your brain from the drug use, buddy.
Okay, like, look. But here's the thing is, I stutter.
If we're so retarded and so fat, what does that make you, pal?
Well, listen, if I have way more viewers and supporters than you do, isn't it crazy? Isn't it crazy that someone who stutters is beating you at your job? You fucking... So I'm low IQ and I stutter, yet more people watch me. What does that make you?
PPP can't get fucked because it's biologically impossible. He's too fat.
Whoa, hey.
I'd rather be a virgin than put on the baldo, buddy. I'd rather be a fucking incel than in the polycule hell that you're in. Facing criminal charges, pissed off mistress threatening to expose you, wife threatening to divorce rape you. I'd rather go my own way. And somehow in this instance, that's not even a cope. Because the hell that you face is beyond, buddy.
But it's scary. Well, I stutter and you're fat.
Oh, no.
Never heard that one before. Like,
no.
Too much of a nerd. Hi, we have a show where...
Nerd, oh my God.
Nerd.
Shit. Okay, cool. Great. So does everybody else.
What did he say?
Hi, we have a show where we make up shit. Okay, cool.
Make up?
No, I mean, it seems like we're making it up, but your life is so fucked up, it's all real.
Look, we do joke about it. It's pretty obvious when we're exaggerating or joking. It's pretty fucking obvious. For you, we have to sort of like be charitable.
Yeah, but earlier he said that we were so self-serious and this and that, but we're just laughing at ourselves, having fun. Like he's such a cope.
It's pretty funny. It's pretty funny.
Oh, great. So does everybody else. I sound scared. Cool.
Wow.
You are scared to go on. He's performatively eating again. Like, you don't need to be eating. Listen, I'm not even eating all stream. So what's your fucking excuse? You're a skelly. You don't eat. So he's like pushed all of his calories into this one window where he's live so that he can pretend like he's eating a healthy, like, balanced diet. But it's all a cope.
It's bullshit.
He's performatively eating. He's coping.
Fine. Funny thing, there was a time they could have easily gotten me on the show, and I would have been happy to make them a bunch of money.
No, listen, we're making plenty enough money.
We're good. We're good, bud.
We're making a lot more money off of you this way than we would by bringing you on and sucking the baldo, pal. Like, I don't know what to tell you. You're on the show now.
Wait, I'll even. When we did the Fuck Ralph Festival, I think it was 2 or 3 years ago. Can't even remember. Was it 2 years ago or 3 years?
It was 3 years ago.
Okay, we had him on. We had a clip. He sent us a video to bash Ralph for the people in chat were like, "This is boring and shit." Remember, they were like, "Could you go to the next segment?" Next segment. When we had you on, they begged us to fast forward your segment because you stunk.
The truth is, we make more money talking about Nick than Nick makes talking about himself
or anything else now at this point.
But not anymore.
Okay. Oh no! Oh no! Whatever shall we do? What's funny is we absolutely could. If we reversed our position and said we were wrong, Rekieta is actually a king, and we were willing to glaze him like Ralph does,
Oh, yeah.
he would be on here the next day.
Yeah.
He would drop to his fucking knees to come on this show. For real. But that's not going to happen.
Yeah. Imagine we had him on and we're like, about your kid. He would leave so fast, though. He'd be like, you have slurs. He would say the hard R to get us banned or something. So.
Then you're just felted. No one's ever.
Whoa.
He just admitted to being felted. Tony Panther for 5 subs as well.
Big support. That's right. Thank you so much, man.
Then you're just felted. No one's ever fucking cared about that expression.
No, but you clearly are, bro. You clearly do care about the term felted. Is why you're bringing it up and seething about it. It's so... Dude, the cope is unreal.
Wait,
the cope is
DSP,
unreal.
What's up, DSP? How you doing, man? Nice to see you. Thank you for the host there, man. Appreciate it. You know what's crazy, by the way? Is that, like, this whole, like, okay, fuck it. Never mind.
You're just felted. No one's ever...
Oh, that's what I was going to say. So isn't it crazy? He only has probably, like, 60 viewers at this point, right?
Yeah.
And one of the people in chat are saying, felted, the casino owns you, go on the casino, meaning like one...
Even out of his fans.
Out of his fans.
The few that are left,
yeah,
a lot of them are casino bros. You know? And it's got to sting him bad, because he probably gets conservatively about 20 or 30 comments a day saying he's felted. At least 1 or 2 dozen times a day, he's confronted with the word felted. And so it's really building up for him. He's like, nobody ever even cares about the word felted. Let me tell you, it's like, no, pal, like a lot of people have adopted felted, including Darkside Phil.
Yes.
You know, the king of the known universe, the highest being on the fucking mortal plane next to God himself, Darkside Phil says felted.
Yeah.
But you think you're above it? Come on, buddy. And Medicare Masochist for $100. He said, I used to donate to you, Nikki, years ago.
Ooh.
Now I'll gladly use that money to pay Fat Man and Stutter Guy not to have you on, you child-abusing nerd.
Wow.
Humble yourself.
I'll say this, too. Medicare Masochist, when we started bashing Nick years ago, he was like, I don't know, guys, you're being a little bit hard on him. Until one day he's like, wait, what did he fucking do? So even people, there are people, when we bashed Nick for the first time, there was a lot of pushback. Remember, Ash?
Yeah.
We had a lot of pushback, but we were right. And by the way, I'm not going to scream like that anymore. Holy shit, that was bad for my voice.
Killing your throat, yeah.
Yeah, fuck, it's still a sore, so I'll survive.
Fucking cared about that
All right, 1 second. Let me just grab these lozenges I got.
expression. When the government can take your kids, you don't give a shit what 2 retarded Canadians think.
Then why are you seething about what 2 retarded Canadians are saying, bud? It doesn't add up. What you're saying makes sense. Yeah, you shouldn't. Like, when you're in, like, legal jeopardy, might go to jail, might have your kids taken away, your career is ruined, your reputation's destroyed. Yeah, you shouldn't care what 2 Canadians have to say about you. But you do. So here we are.
They burned their chance for me to give a shit.
No, I don't think we burned our chance for you to give a shit. I'm pretty sure you really do give a shit. Look at him there. Oh, man. And worst of all, despite how gaunt and skeletal he is, he looks fat there. He looks fat. He's the skinniest fat guy I've ever seen in all my life. This swollen, puffy, fucked up face. He looks ancient. He looks older than the dirt and the dust on the pyramids, bro.
I swear, it looks like I put a filter on him, huh?
He's gonna die. He's bloated, bro. They're saying he's Gnome Kata. I mean, you know, it's like old man Rekieta. Let me tell you, in my day, I was the law pope. Oh, here we go. This is a long, sad cope from Rekieta.
All right. Alrighty, here we go.
Someone's got a problem with what I do or say.
He's still eating. God damn, bro.
At this point, you can't take my kids. The government can. Fuck off. I'm not scared of any of you. You get a little perspective change. Get a little perspective change when the government comes into your life and starts.
So you have all this perspective change, but yet your behavior hasn't changed at all. You're still mauling and seething and lying and living in filth and going on live stream in your filth to show us just how much you're mauling and seething. What did the perspective change do for you exactly? What are you talking about? Now he's going to cry about the government and his mental health for 4 straight minutes.
You start finding out, because the government never finds out. They just make you do it. Have never felt as unhealthy as being under the watchful eye of the government.
I don't know if how unhealthy you are has anything to do with the government, to be honest. I think it's the drugs, buddy. No.
About like myself, mentally or physically. They've truly done a number on my life, and I get to spend a lot of time fixing it. But hey, the good news is I actually want to fix it. I haven't paid.
Do you?
Do you though? There's a difference too between wanting and doing.
Yeah.
You know?
Actions speak louder than words.
Anything other than.
Yeah, I mean, if it wasn't for the
honest.
government, he might actually be dead.
Yeah.
And we got Nyla Moon for $10 twice, saying Rekieta had a family with 5 children and a beautiful wife. He ruined with cocaine and traded for a polycule, all to be cool. Retard alert. And Nyla for another 10 says, I was dumb enough to be a fan of Rekieta, and when you guys first pointed out his fuckery, I didn't want to believe it. He's fucking dead to me now.
Trying not to. I got really close to some really dark thoughts. So, keeping
Maybe
myself
you should have
awake.
acted on them. Like, listen to this pity party. I got really close to some dark thoughts.
No, he didn't.
Yeah. He better have. He better have, considering what he did to his kids and his wife and his family and his career. You'd hope. Somebody send the ambulance for his dark Baldo thoughts. Oh, no.
Where's the, what the?
Away from,
Oh, there it is.
cliffs or whatever has been high priority. But I got through that. So, seriously, thanks for everybody out there who sends me messages of support and stuff. I'm really sorry I have not gotten back to him like I used to.
By the way,
But
he's got what, like 4 messages? Keep hang in there, buddy.
You know what I mean?
Most people are like, "Tuh, shut the fuck up." Or like figure it out.
By the way, like,
dude,
what would
or-
this guy do for us as a guest? Like, he's so depressing and so low
It would
energy.
be lies also.
A sad sack bum. Like,
It would all be
even
lies
his
and us
prime-
arguing.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Well, in his prime, yeah, you're right. That's what I was saying about the Fuck Ralph Festival. Even in his prime, I remember you saying we recorded the interview with him, right? I remember you saying at the end, you were just like, I don't know, was that good? And I'm like, I don't know, was it? Like,
I mean, we knew right well it was boring slop, but we put it on just so we could say he was on. That was it.
I remember he was a dick. He streamed directly on the Fuck Ralph Festival.
He tried to big league us and shit, and then he thinks that like, oh, that I was best friends with them. I did them all these favors. It's all
He big
bullshit.
leagued us. He big leagued us pretty bad. Well,
this has been really frustrating.
You damn big league me, Rekieta. All right, here we go.
right?
But recently I remembered something.
Who's
fucking
texting
like
you?
me.
What?
Something. I fucking like me.
He likes himself. We can tell.
I
We
don't
know
mean
you're a
like-
narcissist. You know, like, okay.
You know what?
The sky is blue.
I had a thought today. I rule. I'm amazing. Like, okay.
I don't I don't really want to change much. Like, obviously, there's some things that
He doesn't want to change much.
Change it much.
So he claims he got this new perspective, this new lease on life. He wants to fix everything, but he doesn't want to change anything about himself.
I mean,
Even if you're doing really, really good, there are still aspects of yourself that you should want to change. Always.
Always.
There's always room for improvement. There's always areas you're lacking in. But, you know, he worships himself. He thinks that he's Jesus. He thinks he can walk on the water. He thinks he's sinless. And the whole world is out to crucify the faultless son of Baldo. Okay.
probably need to be changed, but just in general, I like me. Fuck anybody who doesn't. Go away. Go do something else. I don't mind. I'm supposed to fuck the ones that do like you. No, trust me, Skull Leader, you get in trouble for that.
I'd rather watch the train wreck and dumpster fire. Thank you. Appreciate you.
No, like
Don't watch this.
this
Fuck
guy
you.
doesn't even make content anymore.
Yeah.
Like every time he goes live, it's just about the drama in the court case and him going to jail and his kid being on drugs and all this shit. It's like, how about you actually try and law-splain the interwebs, and then maybe you'd have more fans and support. Like,
Right.
It's one thing they don't really prep you for in streamer school. Like, you're going to live your shitty days in front of the camera too, because the show keeps going. And that's where a lot of big problems come in, at least for me.
Well, the
woe
idea,
is you,
the
buddy.
idea, the thing you do is, say like you're having a bad day, right? You come onto the show
had a
and
bad
you truck through it and you do your content. Imagine Ash and I had a bad day and our show was the day, like, hey Ash, I had a bad day. Want to hear about it?
a bad day. But you know what? There's ways to do that and still be
And make it funny.
entertaining.
And make
You
it
know what
funny.
I mean? Like, you can still, like, there's a lot of comedic bits that are about bad things happening to you. In fact, it's pretty funny when bad shit happens to people. Like, you know, if some people say that the root of comedy is pain. But you know what the root of comedy isn't? Boredom and sadness. Like,
Yeah.
oh, guys, it's so tough for me. I'm going to be really monotone. And guys, like, they took my kids. And it's like that. I don't know, man. It's not really comedic styling.
The comedic stylings of losing your child. Right.
I'm reacting to a shitty day. Most people's shitty days aren't recorded and broadcast. Here's the thing, like,
By the way,
Okay, but
most
it's your
performers,
decision.
yeah, most performers, Steven Crowder doesn't come on his show and like talk
Well,
about.
he kind of did.
No, his wife released that, didn't she?
Yeah, and then he had to address
And then
it.
he had to address it, but that was
Yeah,
an
yeah.
accusation. But
he's the one streaming. He's the one who makes the decision as to whether or not to broadcast his worst days or not.
yeah,
You know?
streaming. If you're streaming and you kind of look like a sad
Pippy Puffs will play after, bro.
sack of garbage, people don't really want to watch.
Well, then why are you
not
streaming
entertaining.
now? Because you're being a
So,
sad sack of garbage. Like, this is the face of the man who's telling you no one will want to watch if you're a sad sack piece of garbage. And he looks like he's been crying for 12 straight hours.
Yeah, look at him. Yo, pop yourself up a pipe. Where's that gift from? I want that for our show.
While I was a sad sack of garbage, I didn't.
Arlo,
stream.
where's that from?
But
Well, you
I've
were.
been spending a lot of time finding myself.
Larry, cool.
I've done a shitload of therapy, which is great.
He did a shitload of therapy.
It was mandated. It was mandated. He didn't. He was forced to. It was.
He said it didn't do anything for him, but now the therapy really helped.
Oh.
Oh, man,
like-
that's good.
Come back. I'm only going to talk to people I want to talk to.
Okay.
It really sucks because I'm not going to be in the mood to help people for a while. They probably don't want my help, which is fine.
Well,
Whoa,
you
how?
can't even help yourself.
You have no
How
viewers,
can you
dude.
help anyone. This is crazy.
You have no viewers. We help.
Oh, man.
It's dumb though because I'm fun. But
No, you're not.
Oh my God, the self dick sucking right
man.
now. The self dick sucking. Can you believe it, Ash? Actually, yeah, I can.
but that's okay. I'm not going to be in the mood to like help people out or whatever, because it's exhausting helping people only to have them try and fuck you over and over.
When
and
did
over
this
again.
ever happen?
Biggest goal for my channel right now is finding a trial that I can actually cover reasonably.
But there are
know if you guys-
trials that people can they're covering them now. Like Sean is covering trials. Like everybody is covering trials in LawTube other than you. Why don't you hop into one of those and start? But, you know, this is just an excuse. Oh, there's nothing going on, so I can't do it.
There's gotta be
Well,
one.
figure it out. Well, there is.
So do it.
The Delphi case, as people are saying, Sarah Boone case. There's the P. Diddy stuff going on.
The problem is, though,
There's an entire election right now. He missed out on like Trump at McDonald's. That would have been a stream that he would have done that did well. He missed out on a lot of stuff.
just the fucking, you know,
The debate, the vice presidential
on
debate.
Joe Rogan. That was great. I watched that. That was fantastic. There was that. There was killed. Tony Hitchcliffe, you know, Kill Tony on his fucking his thing was great. His set was actually really funny, where he called fucking.
Here we go. Rekieta Law has tweeted just now. He says, "No one gives a shit about principles. Principles are just weapons in waiting for people who have no interest but to destroy. My principles were extensions of courtesy, my rights on loan to others. They abuse them and do not share the same principles, so I owe them nothing."
This is
That's
addict talk.
insane.
This is addict. This is addict. This is like a high.
That's just full on
he,
Steve.
he
Colbert.
watched what we did, and then he's seething about it. Here's the thing: is Ashton and I don't have like don't act like we're these moral arbiters or whatever. But
Well, he's right.
Even
I mean,
then-
drug addicts have no principles except getting the next hit. Which
Exactly.
Is what he wants. Like,
but the thing is, it's like what we can't go. What the fuck's wrong with you? And make fun of you for seething and coping.
well,
and
he's
for being a
upset
scum.
about people calling him out about flagging Alyssa. Is what
Oh,
he's
about
upset
that.
about.
Oh, about that.
And
Sorry,
he's
sorry.
saying there are no principles because they only exist in so much as I want them to. It's crazy.
It's so.
It's crazy.
It's cope. It's cope.
remember it, but I think
Let him
it was
cope.
like I said the same thing like a day or
It's the
2
fourth
days
sandwich. Like, oh my god, it's so
before I
annoying.
got arrested, and I was serious. I was so mad. Anyway, normally people say, "Oh, yeah, you should try something." You shouldn't. Don't try getting arrested for a felony.
That's not what
Well,
they
good
mean,
advice.
but whatever.
Like, don't. That's not one I recommend. Keep that off the list.
Very
Man.
funny comedy. The comedy signs
Here
of
we
Rekieta.
go. We still have so much more to go.
Good.
All right, so this is now
Oh,
is
having a great
April
time.
pregnant.
Everyone in chat's having a nice time. You're all enjoying yourself. If so,
Xanath asked, whatever happened with the body cam footage? So what happened is he managed to get it sealed, but the moment it gets entered into evidence in the trial, it's going to be made public anyway.
Mhm.
And if he's found guilty, it's going to go public anyway. So it is going to go public, but he's managed to hold off the release on it for a time. But if he pleads guilty, Josh gets the body cam footage. If it goes to the court trial, like he's saying, he has to fight to have it excluded from evidence. And if he loses that hearing, which he will, then it will
course.
be entered into evidence, and then it'll
We will be
public
watching them.
anyway. Yeah.
Folks,
So it's going to come out. It's gonna-
regardless of where, I mean, we don't want to promise when, but when it does, you know, we'll be there fucking first
He's just
thing.
delaying the inevitable, yeah.
And by the way, again, follow us on Twitter at Power of the Truth for Ashton, at Andy Worski. The second it's released, we'll be live. If it's 4
And
p.m.
so-
Eastern, we're live.
Is April really pregnant? April is not pregnant,
Ooh.
but it's a funny rumor.
See now,
a
this is
funny
what
rumor?
it's a funny rumor. Whenever he says something is funny or he says something is weird, those are two telltale signs that said thing did occur and it's totally true and he's lying about denying it. Because why would it be funny? Like, why is it funny?
Yeah.
Rumor cut completely out of, I think, out of whole cloth by Aaron.
It wasn't even Aaron.
Meanwhile-
Aaron said that it wasn't true.
Yeah.
Aaron didn't create this rumor. If anything, it was us, but it wasn't even us. It was people speculating about the weird tweets and Instagram posts that April has been making that to some people indicated that, is she pregnant? Like, what's going on?
Yeah.
Because it was some crazy stuff she was saying, man.
You could probably watch, keep an eye on April's Twitter. That was rather unexpected today, but it's very, very funny.
There you go.
Very funny.
I know, but he's confirming that was her account.
Yeah.
So anyone, because honestly, it did seem like a parody account at first. It was like, there's no way she's saying this, is there? But yeah, so.
You are coping
Okay.
and seething.
We all read this all.
You just can't accept what you're seeing. Yes, you're coping and seething. The truth it is scalding, and now you are molding and coping so hard.
Let's go to the next slide.
Ralph.
There it is.
That photo is like weird.
It's cursed. It's red.
All right.
All right, next slide.
Here we
Oh
go.
my God. Here we have the appeal cope. This is gonna make you burst out laughing almost. This made me laugh so hard, man.
The appeal cope. Excellent. Here we go.
I read my appeal. I hope guys, my appeal is going to lose.
What the fuck is he doing, by the way? There's like smoke.
Appeal is gonna lose. I mean, he's finally honest. You know, it's tough when you go.
Is
Yeah,
he
my
burning
appeal
toast?
is gonna lose. I don't know.
Almost guaranteed. Because appeals are for losers. Winning
What?
them is a long shot.
Yeah, I mean, appeals are literally for losers. Like, you had to have lost in order to appeal. What are you even saying? But he's admitting he's a loser.
Not making any bones about it. Believe me, I want my appeal to win.
Okay, what's he eating now? Is it?
Pre-coping.
I'm assuming he's eating noodles. The powder for the spices, the steam was the boiling
man.
water. Now I'm playing this game in my head. What is he eating now?
It's probably going to lose. I haven't read it, though.
It's crack ramen. SpaghettiOs? He's eating SpaghettiOs.
It's competent this time. That'd be good. I'm getting a lot of
Did you
criticism.
hear that? He just admitted that his filing was incompetent. Because he wrote it. You know, bring it back. Did you hear that?
Sorry, I'm so
competent this
focused
time.
on the
He's
food
seething-
sound
He's
effects.
stealing at his own lawyer so hard. This is so good. This is really good shit.
I haven't read it, though.
He hasn't read his own appeal.
I hope it's competent this time. That'd be good.
This time?
I'm getting a lot of criticism from people who should know better. Insinuating or directly saying that it's me who's writing these briefs.
I
me
wonder
writing
why.
Legal defense and all
Well,
that
because
stuff.
they're completely incompetent and insane and they're just total vanity motions and appeals and copes, bro. It seems like they were written directly by you. Like, it's no wonder they think that.
Oh, hang on. There we go.
Up in the strategy. No, you hire a lawyer to do that for you, and then you let him do it. It's infuriating. It's not what I would do.
Someone said he's making crack.
He's angry
making
that
crap.
the lawyer wouldn't do exactly as he would do.
Oh shit.
In some cases, and that goes both ways. Like, it's not what I would do because it's very smart.
He's freebasing.
He goes, it's not what I would do because it's really smart. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
What the lawyers are doing is not what he would do because what the lawyers are doing is smart and he is dumb.
Oh shit. Chad's killing me though about what he's cooking.
Like,
He's such a like. Is this a self defeat? Like self-help? Would you
He
consider
just
it?
wants people to feel bad for him because he's low down and in the gutter. Yeah, it's a self-help.
Yeah. Okay.
angle to attack, or it's not what I would do because I don't think it's very useful. But that's why you hire someone else. Again, I have so many stories that have to all have to wait until this is done. Everything's wrapped up. And like,
thank you. This is Alyssa clips, right?
Yeah, this is Alyssa.
Thank you for editing this. Oh, like the amount of like cuts. So he would basically say a sentence, and then 30 seconds walk away, and then come back, and then second sentence.
He's actually eating dried ramen.
That's what I said. Ramen. Well, noodles, but yeah, ramen. That's what I said.
Yeah.
Specifically, so
I won that I won that thing. Yeah, knew it.
I have to really watch what I say. So I just won't say anything. Technically might not matter, but didn't you tweet that you did mountains of cocaine? I think I tweeted that I was on a mountain of cocaine at some point in time.
Yeah, so...
Wait, I didn't even remember.
He doesn't even remember tweeting he was on mountains of cocaine. But they're pointing out, they're like, buddy, you can't talk about this story of the case or that, but you can talk about how you were on a mountain of cocaine?
Right?
Like, what is he thinking?
Yes. It says absolutely nothing about the crime I am charged with. So, I know.
But it does! You're charged with having 26 grams of cocaine, and you're admitting to snorting a mountain of cocaine some 6 weeks before your drug bust.
That's literally the case, is what you said.
I know some
Ring the bell. Ring the bell.
people are freaking out about it. Andrew was going on about that. Andrew's a fucking idiot. Like, it doesn't matter.
Oh my goodness.
Dude, if I otherwise am winning and they hang me on a tweet about doing mountains of cocaine at a completely different date and location.
It's not helping. It's not helping, bro.
Ring the bell.
I'm hungry. You may as well break the fucking bell.
Wait, what the fuck? What the fuck is he saying?
I guess they got me. Usually don't think the tweets help public opinion. Yeah, I'm not trying to.
Whoa!
Like,
then why are you crying?
People like Nick needs to take accountability or whatever, and then you say something, and they're like, "I can't believe he said that." So,
wait, by accountability, we don't mean to say you're doing mountains of cocaine. We mean that you're going to quit.
Case. What is he talking about?
He's actually unhinged.
Which one do you want, man? Like, do you want someone to be honest? Or do you want...
Wait, so you're admitting that was honest? Oh my God.
He's making it worse.
Listen, I was just admitting do you want me to be honest?
Well, Atomic Citizen says there's no way Kayla is in the house while Nick is saying all this. She has to be gone with the kids. But, I mean, she was in the house while he did all the other crazy shit.
But maybe, like, she, figured it out. Maybe. You never know. Maybe maybe the being arrested did scare her, right?
And to not say anything? Like, what? Oh, why do you care? That's the other thing. I don't mind that people find my life interesting or, like, my situation interesting.
You don't mind? It seems like this is a whole lot of minding.
Minds a lot.
This is like the most minding I've ever seen.
I find it interesting. I want to talk about it more. It's one of the reasons I haven't been...
What? You want to talk about it more? This should be the most humiliating experience of your life.
His brain is completely broken at this point. He's no longer functional. Like, this is a failed human being. He's lost it completely.
He's mind-maxing.
Streaming so much is because it's... I didn't want to talk about it tonight, but I drift into it. So it's like...
Then don't go live. Don't go live.
I don't mind that people...
He drifts into it,
are interested.
I would put ominous music, but it's pretty much done.
But it's that's where it should stop. Like, you're just interested, you're learning about it, whatever. People make it out like my life somehow affects theirs in some way. Like,
Well, that's not for that. Now he's putting salt or
No.
pepper. Like, stop with the food. Sorry, that's really
But the
pissing
thing
me off.
is, like, it doesn't have to have a direct impact on your life to make fun of somebody or criticize them.
Exactly.
It's a delusional standard that
You're a
he's
public
setting.
figure. So let's say you're making fun of someone like Bam Margera, right? You're doing a doc, you're watching a doc on him. Well, Bam doesn't affect your life, but you still cover it or you're still watching it, right?
I mean, it's entertaining. It's like, well, why are you watching this streamer? It doesn't impact your life. Well, it's something that entertains you, and you're killing time doing it.
Exactly.
You know, he seems to understand why somebody would watch him and give a positive reaction, but doesn't understand why somebody would watch him and give a negative reaction when it's really like pretty much the same general process.
Like, this is like, how much he's eating and
Exactly,
cooking on
Secret Agent Orange. Why cover the Depp trial then?
What about
That
Jack
doesn't
Murphy?
direct- You know, that doesn't directly affect him.
What about Jack Murphy?
Exactly.
grossly offended them. Would you anticipate being able to tell your side completely unfettered?
No.
Hopefully by the end of the year. But I don't
Hopefully.
know. It depends. It depends on if I'm going to trial, and it depends on when the trial date is. The trial date could be, if I'm going to trial, the trial date could be in February or March. So
What?
Yeah, this is going to go on a long time, man. And like the civil trial's still going on with Montegraph. I don't think he's going to jail, guys. I think what he's realized is that no matter what, he's not going to serve a day in jail. So he's just going to fight it to the bitter end and be as pedantic about it as possible and just waste as much of the court's time as possible to be a petty prick. But that whole attitude and the way he's going about this might be what causes them to send his ass to jail. But I think it's genuinely he realizes that based on the sentencing guidelines, there's no way he's ever going to serve a day. So he's just going to drag it out and be as big of a douchebag as he possibly can be.
Yep.
say.
Was that it?
All right, I think we have two more.
All right. Let's go. Man, this is wild.
All right,
Have I
here's
been
the
drinking?
sobriety cope.
Sobriety cope. Okay.
No, I can't. I'm still drug and alcohol tested like 4 times a week. So no, can't drink.
Get ready, though.
Can't wait for the day I can. It'll be great.
So, Guy definitely has no problem with drinking at all. Definitely not an alcoholic. He's just waiting. He's so excited for the day where he can drink again.
Bro,
I think he's
buying
drinking now.
urine. He's buying
know
urine,
he
dude.
is,
Like, come
dude.
on.
But no, I've not been drinking.
Listen,
Counting the days.
the erratic behavior that him and April have shown just yesterday and today, and like right now how he looks, it's coke fucking psychosis and like it's a spiral. It's a drug spiral.
Or doing any drugs or anything like that. I know there's a bunch of people out there who really want that to be true. They're like, oh my God, he tweeted. There you go.
No, it's what you tweeted, you fucking retard.
You know what I mean?
It's the manic. It's the fucking like hyper
the insane
hypermanic.
stuff you're saying. Yeah.
Like
Liquor's
anyone who's done a large amount of coke was on Twitter going, "Yep, this is manic coke tweeting."
not coming
Notice
back
how
to
he
the
wipes his nose every time he mentions
Yeah,
drugs.
show
yeah.
for maybe a long time. Maybe never, which is fine. It was part of the show. I used way too much of it. It became a crutch on the show. It was
Alcohol.
at first to feature.
But
then
it
became
wasn't a
crutch.
crutch. Like it genuinely destroyed the show. It
Yeah.
made it unwatchable. It was terrible.
Well, it's the cope, right? It's the cope of someone going, I'm way funnier when I'm high on stream. I'm way funnier when I'm drunk on stream. It's like, well, you might
It's
have
just what
funny
you wanna
moments, but
believe.
it's not.
Yeah, it's what you want to believe so you can get drunk and high all the time.
Yeah. Well, you're
So
funny when you're
they-
drunk because you're an idiot on stream.
Yeah,
Like,
but the thing is, it gets old quick. It's only really funny to you because nobody else is drunk. You know, like
exactly.
I don't know. It's just sad. It's because they can't. Eventually, these addicts they can't take any time away from the drugs or alcohol. So it's not like, okay, well, I'm going to work for 4 hours and I'm going to stop drinking. Especially with streaming, you're your own boss. You just, I'm going to do my shift drunk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Dave excuse, you know?
And so for
To be fair, yeah, Forrest Brother is right. The only way to watch the kill stream nowadays is when Ralph is drunk or high. So Ralph somehow has the opposite effect that he makes more money and viewers when he's drunk or high. But he's a very rare exception.
Yeah.
at least a good while, there's not going to be alcohol in the show. I may not legally be able to have it too. I don't know. But even so, there probably won't be any on the show because for now, I need to focus on making a good show again.
You'll never.
But it's still not happening.
No hope.
But you focus on making a good show. How about you just make good shows? This isn't a good show. No one wants to see
It
this.
sucks.
Nobody wants to see like a spiraling, lonely, alcoholic drug addict in his filthy fucking kitchen crying about Kiwi Farms, Kino Casino, Sean, and Legal Mindset. Like, no one wants to see this other than people who hate you and want you to fail. So, like, let's try and focus maybe just even an hour. If Rekieta could even do a stream for 1 hour where he just talked about politics and the law, and then did another 1 hour stream and another one, and he just starts getting the money. It doesn't have to be every stream 5-6 fucking hours. You know, work his way up to it. They have prepared segments with content, react to it. I don't know.
That would require being sober, though.
This would require some level of effort. Like, just come on, man.
Mm-hmm. Oops.
And that's what I'm more concerned with. And for what it's worth, right now at least, I do a better show.
Shallow Man goes, no show needs to be that long.
Other than this,
other than our show has to be fucking 10 hours every day.
I'm not drinking. Of course, I don't really know. I haven't had a drink since June 5th. But that was on me. It was my fault, my choices.
So, by the way, there he admits he drank on June 5th. But remember, didn't he pour all the whiskey down the drain in April?
Yep, he did.
Take all the drink.
Yeah, he said that.
Exactly. Sorry, I hit that by accident. Yeah.
I'm proud of other people's sobriety.
Thank you. Appreciate it, bud.
I have mine.
One day at a time, dude.
Because I have to.
Wait, did you hear what he just said?
It's so bad, bro. I gotta hit.
That thing's like sparks are coming off of it. You know what I mean? Like
flames are gonna come off it, man.
It's like burning hot when you hold it because of how much you've hit it.
I'm proud of other people's sobriety. I have mine because I have to.
Because I have to. Man, you should want to be sober when you're like that, dude. You gotta want it, man. You gotta want it.
He's just miserable, so he needs drugs and alcohol to like kill down the pain. But it's try to cope it all away.
And here's the thing: is even though I preach sobriety for people who are addicts, I get there are people who could like smoke a joint or drink some booze and be fine and not spiral and ruin their life. You know, I wish I were like that, but I'm not like that.
I don't really preach sobriety for Rekieta or people like Ralph. At a certain point, people are so fucked up and they're so like pathetic and miserable that they may as well just drink themselves to death, do drugs until they die, because they're just going to be completely miserable otherwise. So they may as well just spiral down the drain completely. I really don't give a fuck. I mean, Rekieta has kids who he should want to live for. Ralph has kids who he should want to live for, but they'd probably be better off if they were dead.
Yeah.
At a certain point, like if you're not going to be a good father, a good example, and you embarrass your children and hurt their lives at every fucking turn, you can't even be bothered to provide them food or clean clothing, then maybe they'd be better off without you.
Mm-hmm. That's what I was saying.
I don't know.
That's what I was saying earlier.
I
Like,
just don't really want to hear people fucking cry about, oh, my addiction and my sobriety and blah, 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 blah. It's like you have a choice, you know?
Do it or
Especially
don't.
when you have other people depending on you. It's like, I don't feel bad for you.
No.
You know what I mean? Like, why should people feel bad for me that I ate all this fucking food and I'm so fucking fat? It's nobody else's decision but my own,
You
right?
know?
It's my decision if I want to fix it. You know what I mean? Then I sit here, oh, guys, feel bad for me. Like, it hurts. Oh, like, shut the fuck up. You're a fucking loser. Have some fucking accountability.
yeah.
Oh my God, I fucking got drunk. And it's like, yeah, how about stop getting drunk? How about stop getting high? It makes you a fucking lunatic idiot. But honestly, the root cause of this, it's not even the drug's fault. It's not even the booze's fault. It's his own fucking fault.
Yep. It is. It is. Oops.
I
don't feel bad for him at all. I was saying earlier, like I kind of was like, hey man, here's what you should do. And he doesn't want to listen. And I'm not gonna waste my fucking days and my brain power to try to get someone else to quit when they don't want to do it themselves. So
It's
fuck
just
you.
crazy.
Like drink it up, bud. Have fun.
I don't care about liquor. I like whiskey.
But some things are too hard. Oh, I like whiskey. Oh.
But I don't like neat alcohol. I just really like whiskey.
Why? Oh my God, like whiskey ruined your whole life and you still like it? You know what I mean? You still like it even though you
It
don't.
looks like
you-
he's drinking whiskey there.
It
Like
does.
it's a fourth choice of beverage, right? Like,
Buddy,
I don't know.
he's sticking it up. It's all alcohol. I'm kidding. I don't know.
All right, here we go. Here's the final fucking, the betrayal cope.
Betrayal. Okay. Here we go.
Betrayed me!
Betrayal cope.
There was so much opportunity to have fun through like a lot of this. And
Pause!
it
What
got burnt
opportunity
by
was there
angry
to have...
Sorry.
What opportunity was there to have fun, buddy, and getting arrested, embarrassing your fucking wife, embarrassing your kids, it all coming out that you were a cuckold and a polycule and you were a coke addict and like where was the fun in this? Like you expected everybody to just like celebrate this happening and then all do streams where you guys all like razz each other about it. Like is that what he thought was gonna happen?
Sorry, he was saying that he thought that this whole situation would be fun.
Yeah, there was an opportunity to have fun with this, and everybody and him laughed together about
There
what
was.
a jokester he was. But then it was the evil, seething people making fun of him that ruined all the
That's
fun.
that's what I mean. There was fun.
Yeah,
On the casinos side, on Kiwi Farms, on Josh Moons's. Yeah, we all had a lot of fun making fun of you, yeah?
Dad people.
I won't lie, I laughed at a lot of his downfall.
oh yeah.
You know, I mean, a lot of it is like, whoa, spectacle. So, fuck, what, do I have to feel bad? Do I have to cry tears for him?
Oh yeah.
And here's the thing, look, I get that some people feel betrayed in some way, and I'm sorry, I don't see it. Because
Right.
What? How? Look, I don't care. I don't give a fuck. Fuck you. But your own audience, the people who swept for you, it's unsweepable. Barnes?
Buddy, you lied and lied and lied. You presented yourself as one thing, and then it turned out you were something else. I mean, I don't know. I guess his argument should be nobody should ever get invested in any internet thing ever.
Why?
But then why would anybody watch you or give you money then? Because his whole argument is this is parasocial insanity and he shouldn't be criticized and nobody should have felt like he was a role model or their friend or their father figure. But you were perfectly okay taking the $20 super chats where they said they looked up to you as their dad. Mm-hmm. Or, you know, when they graduated from school, they came to you and they wanted you to pin it on the fridge. Hey, Dad Rekieta, I graduated from school, or I got this job, or, you know, I followed your advice and now I got a girlfriend. There were so many super chats like that. When a loved one died, you know, remember his toast? You know, but he encouraged and fostered these parasocial relationships and people looking up to him as something great and as a role model and as a trad dad. And he beat his chest and boasted about how he was traditional and he was a father and how he did what was right. And then you sold those people a lie and you betrayed them. You might have been that at some point, but as you say, you changed. Well, they feel betrayed, and rightfully so.
And also, I'm sure Amber Heard thought, like, why is this guy covering me, right?
They had him do eulogies for his their dead fucking relatives, man.
Well, John. Oh, exact. I didn't know that. What?
Yes.
And also, John used to pay what, $10 a month and get like suicide hotline.
Suicide hotline help, and it's like you need to draw a line with people.
Yeah.
Like, I very rarely answer DMs. And, like, I've been in circumstances where I've been messaged by people like that who are in, like, a crisis and shit like that. And I made the same mistake of, like, messaging them and trying to get... But, again, it's not my problem to solve. You know what I mean? It's not, like... And I can't solve it. It's their own fucking life, and they're just a viewer of a show. You can't do that.
Well, then they get mad at you when you don't have the answer.
Well, yeah, there's nothing you can do.
Yeah, you know, like, I'm friendly with some people, like, I'm like, oh, thanks, or whatever, or they'll send me something, or talk about game or something. For
instance, where a guy started messaging me about all this debt he was in.
I remember that.
I started giving him advice. Well, like, you could try and sell stuff off. You can do this. You can do that. Ultimately, at the end, he ended up asking me directly for money. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So it's like, listen, I can't, you know, I can't solve all the world's problems and shit like that.
Ashton, stop replying to that guy.
You know, but that's where I learned. I was like, fuck, like I can't just, you know, try and help people. Like they're on their own.
Legitimately this guy, random guy. Ashton's never talked to him. Asked Ashton to pay his fucking rent.
You know, and I'm like, well, there's this thing, like, I don't know, man. You know, so ever since that time, I was like, okay, you know, it's time to stop responding to every fan. Because I used to, every DM I got, I used to respond to, like, no matter what. But now it's very rare. Like, if I do respond, you're, like, on a list of, like, the 10 people that get responses.
Yeah. I try to respond and be friendly with people. It's hard to respond to everyone, though. There's so many messages. So, you know, everyone's very nice and friendly. I haven't got any like that, the parasocial. And if I ever had that feeling, I would stop responding because I'm not down for that.
All right.
I love you all, though. Thank you for the support. You know, we really appreciate it.
Not anonymous for 4 saying shout out to Anna Kasparian watching on the Clip channel. I think we scared Anna away.
No.
I hope she comes back.
Come on, Anna.
Tell anybody on some promise.
You know, E-Baggers got begged too. It's like, listen, pal.
James,
these donos are a one-way street, pal.
Listen, James does message me a lot, but today he pulled through. He was the one who had the fucking EVS video, and he was the first.
James, for once, actually came through.
He was the first one to send it to
James actually wasn't a worthless piece of shit today. James was actually worked. Yes.
And by the way, he finds it, right? He sends me a link to it. It's on a video that had 1 view on BitChute.
By the way, we got Legato.
What the fuck?
Legato for 666 says, I used to wonder why you guys covered Rackets because he was so boring until he did that demented John rant. In Kino Quest, there's a scene where he ties up PPP and says all the crazy stuff. What the hell is Kino Quest?
He's working on a pixel art RPG starring me and you.
Okay.
So in about 3 years to 5 years, we'll have a pixel art RPG about me and Ashton. I've heard some of the story plots. They're fucking ridiculous, dude.
5,000 locals.
I don't know his RPG maker. I don't know what he's making it on, but he's told me. James is not dead. No, I think he's here right now. James, you there?
Which, believe it or not, that will happen. If I die doing it, it'll happen.
No, the locals gift is never coming. Like, you're gonna die before the locals gift is. He's still coping about the locals gift, folks.
There's no locals gift.
Stop.
This is like literally like the One Piece. You know, we keep hearing about the One Piece, but we're never getting it.
Crazy shit has been alleged, and I'll get around to addressing all of it as I can. But like,
The One Piece is real, guys. Oh, I love One Piece. That's great.
there's a duality where people want you to. They say like, don't talk about your personal life. So then you don't talk about your personal life, and then they're like, you lied about your personal life. It's like,
Nick, the audience isn't a guy. One guy with one thought, hive mind. Some people will want something. Some people love our COG segments. Some people want us to die whenever we do a COG segment. Get it?
There's some people like iDub, some people hate it. You know, it's popular on the clip channel, but live, it's not as popular. You know what I mean?
You know, yeah.
There's different strokes for different folks, as they like to say.
Yeah. Some people want this and some people don't. Yeah, it's not a hive mind.
actually just wasn't your fucking business. And it doesn't affect you in any way. That's the amazing thing.
Oh my God. May he take another 3-month hiatus. Like,
content variations that happen when one person
I'm
goes
so
on a
tired of
tirade. It didn't affect anybody at all. So I didn't scam anyone for a charity or anything like that.
what? Like, this is like the cope is it's like, okay, well, you didn't scam anyone for a charity. But your daughter tested positive for coke. Like, I don't know, man.
I think that's as bad or worse.
Isn't it?
You know, like, you know.
I don't even know how to do it.
By the way, I think I would sooner have somebody scam a charity than give their daughter cocaine, right?
Do you think Boogie's fucking rug pull was worse than daughter cocaine? No. Like, Boogie's more forgivable to do that than fucking, like, I mean, the faking cancer thing was wild, but still.
Oh, man.
Crypto thing, like a crypto. I would.
How much to skip Dickers and go straight to Destination Stone, Andy? Listen, 300 and we'll do Dickers tomorrow.
300 will move Dickers.
We'll move Dickers to tomorrow.
Do one of those crypto scams. Those seem great. I don't know how to do those. I'm not.
This is crypto scams are great. This isn't helping your case.
Is that what he said?
Those crypto scams. Those seem great. I don't know how to do those. I'm not tech literate.
Wait. He's like, I would scam you.
Yeah, he's like, there would be no ethical problem with me scamming you via crypto because Dick Masterson did that with Dickles. But I don't know how to do it, so I can't scam you.
In that way, so that didn't work.
What?
Put you on a pedestal of their own making and you
Hang on. Is this what he actually said?
It didn't affect anybody at all.
Let me hear this.
So I didn't scam anyone for a charity or anything like that.
But didn't you scam people for Ty Beard? Like, you know, the whole Vic Mignogna thing. Wasn't that kind of scamming for charity in a way? Anyway.
Know how to do a crypto thing, like a crypto. I would do one of those crypto scams. Those seem great.
Wait, what the fuck is he talking? He's like, I didn't scam anyone for charity or crypto scam, but I would if I knew how. Okay, so you're still a piece of shit regardless then. Somehow Boogie figured it out. Like, you couldn't figure it out, lawyer man.
I don't know how to do those. I'm not tech literate in that way, so...
I mean, somebody asked, who is a worse, Ralph or Nick? I mean, they're basically becoming the same person.
Mm-hmm.
It's just Rekieta has maybe 20 more IQ points, and that's about it.
Who? How about this? Okay, from top to bottom. RTU, Rekieta, or Ralph?
I mean, it's probably in that exact order. Like, it probably is like RTU, then Rekieta, then Ralph. But it's all debatable.
Is it worst to best? Or best to worst?
I probably best to worst. Like, now, the one redeeming factor is that Ralph makes me laugh the most.
Yeah, it's true.
I mean, people are saying Review Tech is a pedophile.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but so's Ralph. You know, like, when you think about it, maybe Rekieta isn't, and so therefore he is the best.
But he gave coke to his child.
It's pretty bad. You know?
So...
But
This is rough, bud.
you're on a pedestal of their own making, and you failed the anime headcanon of you. Just like you always said, Jester's just a person in a robe. Nick is just a dude on the internet. I don't know why people are so hung up. Me either. And I'm just a fun, happy dude like that.
Look at not a fun, happy guy. So carefree and whimsical. Woo!
He looks blind here.
Yeah.
Not right. Not lately. Reasons. Caesar Day, thank you. I'm glad you don't feel betrayed, because I didn't betray you. And I wouldn't. I like you
I
guys.
love that crinkling of a bag, a
But
plastic
even
bag.
if you accept his argument that he didn't betray the audience, he betrayed his wife by stepping out of the marriage, and he betrayed his family by having his kids taken away.
But he did betray the audience.
He betrayed everybody.
Of course he did.
Illusion.
How much rackets is left, Andy? We got about a minute and a half, bud.
That makes sense to betray you. One of the issues I always had was that
Alcoholism, drug use.
there's a bunch of stuff I didn't talk about.
Okay.
Because
Oh,
it wasn't ever
brother.
meant to be public. It's not that I didn't want to talk about them. The stuff, it's stories that involved other people, and it's other people. I respect the wishes of other people on stuff like that.
Oh my god! I'm having like fucking deja vu from like his boring
know.
storytelling.
But I
And
like talking about stuff.
Thank God it's the last clip. I'm fucking done.
Here.
I'm losing.
I've been doing 4 hours of Rekieta. Like fuck me. Hey Flake, have fun editing this clip, you piece of shit.
Well, no.
Sulfur
You
Flake.
know what's funny? We do
It
these
better be
segments.
out. Better be out before Alyssa's clip too, buddy. Better be out before Stallion scoops us
funny?
again, buddy. It'll never be because of the review, but
It's funny. We do this fucking clip, and then he gets blamed for it being a 4-hour clip. And they're like, "This is not a clip." And he's
this
like,
is a movie.
he's
He's like,
like-
well,
he's like, how
that's
do
what
I-
happened.
He's like, "How do I fucking do it?"
Someone decided
Stop a
to.
potato,
Hey there,
bitch.
can you guys there? Can you lads please just swear a little less there? It's like every other word, lad. You're just swearing up a storm. Could we lay off the profanity a wee bit? It's like no, soft play.
Fuck, cunt, fuck. I like when he's like,
Oh no, lads, they're talking about the Jews again. All right.
or in the clip channel where it's like you going, and let me tell you about these gays, and then it cuts to like 5 minutes later.
5 minutes later, I'm like, let me tell you why this is all homosexual.
What people know. Someone decided to make public a lot of things.
So Aaron shafted you. Whoa. You stole his wife. Like,
Yeah,
okay?
fuck you. Yeah, exactly.
You know, like, he took his wife. What was he supposed to do, man?
Were not supposed to be public.
Oh my
And
god.
along with that came a lot of lies. And
Okay.
You aren't supposed to steal a man's wife.
I have the truth.
Look, man, you're telling somebody else a liar. You don't have the truth. The truth is not in you. There is no spark of righteousness or life behind your eyes. You are a dead-eyed, lying sack of shit. As Josh likes to say, a lying liar who lies. Fuck you, stay felted. Let's finish this.
Yeah, please.
Let's
God.
finish this, man.
And the reason you'll know what the truth is because I'm just not fucking ashamed of
What?
anything.
Come on,
Should be a
man.
little bit. Like
We're
what?
ashamed even of that
Ash,
sentence.
look at
Here's
that
how it
pause.
ends.
It's over.
Look at that. It's over.
Those wrinkles, dude.
Oh man, he
Okay.
tried to claim the truth was with him, But that's when God just smited him for his lies and made him look like Daniel Larson's uncle.
This is more like Daniel Larson's like grandpa.
Oh,
Because again, it wasn't anybody's business. But yeah,
that's so sad.
I have fun stories to tell coming up.
One of these days.
I always hated not telling them. So
One of these days.
I'm looking
guys.
forward to that.
Trust the
Sorry,
plan.
I'm gonna have to wait till the court case. So
Trust the plan,
let's just say
guys.
there's
Do you
been
actually
some
believe
solid-
he's gonna say this story?
Locals cope, it's gonna hit. Trust the plan. Okay, that was Rekieta.
You want like a 2-minute break?